So I took it upon myself to try to come up with ideas for this week's skit because you don't want to do them. You were just gone, so I don't really rely on you. So I took it upon myself to come up with a couple ideas. So let's just run them through. All right, we do a skit where you two are Autobots, or one of your Autobots, and one is Decepticon of some sorts. You're just bickering.
You mean the Transformers one we did for issue 151? That one?
We did that? Oh, that's right, we did. Okay. 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 How about this? We've had that cardboard cut out of a boba, right? You know, and basically we just put it in one of our seats, slap our face on it, and then we just act like it's just us the whole.
I mean, issue 131, where I was gone for like 4 weeks, and you guys used my face without my permission and put it on a cardboard cutout of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because that was the whole time when Bryan was gone doing stuff. Okay, you know, fuck me, right? Okay. How about multiverse? We do a one where Nick travels to different dimensions and finds different variations of.
We did that, issue 136.
Really? Was it funny? Okay, all right, fine, all right. How about this? I got it. Bryan's always mad. He's always getting angry at us. He's just constantly just yapping his mouth. You know, what if one day he pushes him over the edge and he just kills us one by one?
So, like the nerd short film that we did last year, right? The one that we stayed up really late for and we worked really hard on.
Oh, we did, yeah. That was a bitch filming all that stuff, actually. I remember that night. Yeah, my knees never recovered the same again from that. Okay. Oscars are up. Barbenheimer's still a thing. How about we go off and we Oppenheimer Barbie? Well, we did that. Oh, good.
Rene, are you slow? Like, you're naming things that we've already done. Barbenheimer we did in 157.
Okay.
Did you realize that this is just a copy-paste of issue 130, right? Where I'm just saying a bunch of ideas that James Cameron already did, thinking that they're new? I thought that was like right next to you.
No. Oh, no, this is an original idea. No, I came up with this skit. The skit that's happening right now, I came up with this idea. What are you talking about? What the? Stop! Get him out of here! No, stop! Wait, no!
Recording at 12920 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California, at Undercity Comics. Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue 183. My name is Nick Valera.
Rene.
It's Bryan.
And welcome to the show, everybody. I'm back. What is up?
Did you stall for a second?
I did.
Why?
Pause for effect.
Oh. Try to steal your thunder.
I just realized that I don't have a bottle opener.
Oh, wait, hang on. I got this.
Are you going to use your teeth?
No.
Use your ring?
No.
No.
Oh, it's rubber.
Oh, okay.
I swear to God, if you go... I'm gonna be like,
butt cheeks.
I don't want it anymore.
Oh, it's not a twist off.
No, that's why
it is a twist off.
Is it a twist?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I thought it was a pop.
So strong.
It's a twist off, bro.
Oh, my bad.
You're welcome. There you go, buddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dude.
Now time
Actually,
to
pass
get...
me one.
You want one?
Yeah, let's get
I
drunk.
have the Mandarin one.
Oh, Mandarin.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it smells terrible. It smells like tequila.
Oh, does it? Apparently it
Ah,
tastes.
it does.
It tastes nothing like it. I was told
like
it would taste nothing
tequila.
like it.
Doritos just put tequila in a bottle
They
and put
just
food coloring.
flavored it. Oh my god, it does. Yeah, yeah.
They literally put it in there and then went, dang, I put fruit punch on this one. Red food coloring. All right. It's just tequila. That's
You don't like
great.
it?
It's like I was told you can't taste the alcohol.
I mean,
But
you know
you
what?
can't.
You know what? These might be better cold.
That's
These are warm,
yeah.
and that's probably
Maybe
our
the-
problem.
The alcohol settles down.
Yeah,
when it's
I think
cold or
I-
chilled.
Yeah, I think
Probably.
chilled. This is probably really good.
Yeah,
So you guys are what? Are we like a connoisseur of?
yeah.
Are we a liquor podcast now?
Yeah. Cheers. We're gonna fit. Oh Jesus!
Goddamn. The carbonation just like went.
I remember my first. Cheers.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Issue 183.
Yeah.
Check out our website, keepingupwiththenerds.com.
Just chugging.
Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook.
That was a really satisfying sound, honestly.
X.com.
Tequila.
Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/keeping up with the nerds. Check out our audio platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
I didn't smell
soon
well.
YouTube Music, and Podbean.
Oh God. Nah,
Are you guys ready? Are we done?
Yeah, we got 5% alcohol in us.
Woo! Good job.
Yeah. Now I'm
Yeah,
loose.
doing a
I'm gonna
podcast
stay-
with Bryan. This is needed.
Hey.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding.
Wow.
All right, Brian. Brian.
A little liquid courage, huh, dude?
Yeah.
I can say whatever you want, huh?
Yeah.
Sure, it's coming off next or what?
Your editing is
Now-
mid.
Now that I got a little booze in me, I'm loose up. Let's pull my pants down. Let's get this done.
That's not your hands, dude.
What
Is
was it?
that's not how, dude. Is it the
Listen.
sugar? Is it just like streamlining the liquor inside?
Yes, plus I'm
Listen.
diabetic, so I'm double drunk. I'm just
Oh.
kidding.
Double drunk.
Double drunk.
That's what the waters are for.
I already got a tattoo.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
Oh,
speaking
sorry.
about new
Yeah,
things. dude.
speaking of new things, I have a tattoo. Don't
Wow.
be sad. Just get a tattoo. Okay. But no, I
Is that
this is courtesy of Central City Tattoos. I don't know why. The alcohol really hit me right now. Thanks to Junior and his apprentice Destiny.
Yeah.
And her handle is Desta Inc.
that's
at
dope?
Instagram. Yes.
That's dope.
Great job. Great job.
Yeah, she
Is that
did-
her
yeah,
like
good job.
social media handle?
Yeah, that's her
Desta
social
Inc?
media. Desta
That's
Inc.
dope.
Mm-hmm.
She
Really cool.
has my favorite. Just
I was
handle now
I
at
was
that point.
laughing while what was it? It was funny because while him and Mandy were both getting tattoos, because
Yeah.
they were getting tattoos at the
why
same
didn't you
time.
get a tattoo?
I couldn't decide on anything I wanted.
What a liar! You're scared.
No, I legitimately couldn't decide on anything I wanted.
No, he couldn't. And Monica,
Because Monica was
this
like,
close to
she
getting
was
tattoos.
this
Doesn't
close
Monica
to
have
pulling it.
tattoos?
She does.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But so anyway,
I
it
can
was
just imagine
it was
big
funny
girls.
though because I saw Junior and he's doing his thing and he's all like
Mhm.
he's like and he's on Mandy and I'm talking to
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking to T and I'm talking to what was it, to Rene
Yeah.
and Monica, and you can see him trying to hold his breath.
Because he's just Nick is just making jokes.
Yeah, because I'm just cracking jokes as
Yeah.
as he's doing it, and you can see he's holding his breath as he's like taking the line down, and then you see him pick up, and he goes, "Nick, you need to shut up," because I want to laugh really hard, and these lines are gonna come out
Yeah.
terrible.
So he's all like, "This is why I don't listen to you guys as I'm doing tattoos."
He goes, "I do this." He goes, "I listen to you guys when I'm drawing,
Yeah.
not when I'm doing tattoos."
So you were cracking jokes to excuse yourself to not get a tattoo.
No,
You look at the giant options that were there, the giant list of options. You're just like, ah,
well,
shucks, dude. If only I was more decisive today.
Yeah.
no, because
Uh,
Junior was being cool, and Junior was like, "If it's as long as it's a 2x2."
Was when isn't he?
Okay, Junior was being cool,
Was
and he.
Junior
Well,
is-
seeing as it was in the past tense.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So Junior was being cool, and he
Uh-huh.
said, and for us, because we stayed a little after, he was
Uh-huh.
like, "Oh, as long as it's like a 2x2,
Yeah.
I can do whatever you want."
Yeah.
Oh,
Instead
this
of
was
doing the
after
list.
you guys watched the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
after
it
Royal
was after
Rumble.
Royal
How
Rumble.
long
and
did
he
you guys
was-
were there?
We got there after 7.
I got
and
there
then-
probably like 7:38.
Yeah, and then we left the official, like the shop was already closed.
Yeah.
The shop closed at 5, and he was already playing the Royal Rumble by that
Oh,
time.
I see.
Yeah, and then
And-
then they stayed. They wanted to get their tattoos,
Mhm,
so Mandy ended up getting her moon,
mhm.
and then Renee was like, I don't want anything that like I don't want what's on the thing.
Yeah. I was like,
I've been wanting to get a bat symbol though.
it's like, if I get the same size 2x2, will it still
Are
be
you-
part of the deal? He's like, yeah, no problem.
He's
I
like,
can
yeah,
do it."
it's the same thing.
Mhm.
He goes, more or less, it's the same thing. So they
Mhm.
just went online, got it, and they put it on his thing.
Mhm.
And then we were there, and then Junior had to politely kick us out, like as politely as
Because
possible.
we were there until like,
almost midnight.
yeah, at like little past 11:30.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, I have to go to church. Like, you guys need to get out of my job."
He goes like, you guys are fun to hang around with, but you guys really need to go home. I'm like, oh, it's fine. Yeah. Like he was very much a good
Host.
host.
He was a very good
Yeah,
host.
He was a good host.
He did an awesome job on your tattoo.
Yeah. So he had Destiny go over it.
Can we just call her by her handle?
Desta Inc.
That's the ink. Dude. That's dope,
Yeah, it
dude.
is. Desta Inc. She did a great job. She was starting it out, and then Junior did his classic mentor thing, kind of like giving her, okay, but you're doing a good job, but you need to do it.
That's right. Because
this way.
didn't he
So-
mention that he doesn't want to do what like his old mentors did, which is like very harsh and
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's a good boss too. You can see that he's a good boss. And
Yeah, because
he's really good.
she was also having she wasn't having a hard time,
Yeah.
but she was tattooing his arm,
Yeah.
and
There are special needs for Rene.
there were special needs for Rene, and everything else. And then he had done some mentoring, and
Yeah.
then eventually she was like, "Oh yeah, that's a lot easier."
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool, and they were pretty quick too.
Mhm.
They were on both of them. I think they only took like probably
An
30?
hour? I was
30, 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Yeah.
Wow.
Little, if
They were
anything,
quick.
if it wasn't, it was well under an hour.
Yeah, you guys were in and out.
Not bad.
It was fun.
Yeah,
I'm
you
glad
gotta-
I was able to get my first tattoo. Plus, I was like, it's 2024. I'm 31. Let's get a tattoo.
It's time to give up.
Yeah.
Why do you have to say?
No, that's how it is.
And life is over.
Yeah.
And now I'm done.
Is that's why you didn't get the tattoo? Because you're like, got one more year.
I got one more year. I got one more year.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I was really trying to contemplate what I wanted
This
because
is your first tattoo. You
it's my
don't.
first tattoo.
Yeah.
Where are you
Not
gonna get
only-
it?
I've been thinking like up here,
Mhm.
like on my arm,
Mm.
everything
You
else.
should just get like a easy, like, cause like I was gonna get like I wanted to go different, but again, it's money wise as well too. It's only $80 for this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's something that
Well,
obviously.
that was $80 with
Mhm.
Junior's deal.
Yeah.
With Junior's flash sale.
Mhm. Usually, I think it would have been like $100 for this.
I think it's like
Like well over 100.
like well
Yeah.
over 100. And he even gave you that noir black too.
Yeah, he gave me a different type of black, like a premium black.
Premium
It
black.
was funny. He was all
Top
like,
shelf black.
Yeah.
he was all like, yeah, no. He goes, what kind of black are you using? He goes, oh, she's all like, just the black. He goes, no, but get out that the black noir black. He's all, yeah, we're gonna make this black. He's all like, so I was like, oh yeah,
But yeah,
cool.
so
The
that was
black
pretty cool.
ink from Madagascar.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and then what was it? Mandy's boon looked really nice.
Oh yeah, he talked her into getting color because she was really just gonna get black.
Oh,
and
she
white.
got color.
Yeah, it was like a smoky purple. She got.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
really
looks,
looked nice.
really pretty.
Mandy does have tattoos, right?
She has one tattoo like right here. It's like
Okay,
a
so
like a
she's-
musical.
But this is
note.
your first.
This is my first.
All
yeah.
right, and then
Yeah.
Nick gets his next year,
And
then we get yours.
and I get never.
I'm gonna get Andy's face on you. It's on your
I
back.
think Andy wants a tattoo. I think she's like
Oh.
nervous about it.
It's not that bad.
I have a
It
feel-
isn't that bad, but I think
Let
she's
me-
kind of like
let me guess.
in and out.
Let me guess. She wants cursive writing.
no.
Oh.
Does she want her kids' names?
No.
Does
You're far from what she wants.
Okay. She wants a baby screaming
From
like-
a volcano.
From like a volcano.
riding down the volcano in a surfboard.
She wants
It's a
Obama.
volcano, and it spews out ashes, and in the dust is a baby's
Oh,
face
is it-
going. Rah.
Is it?
It's
is
the
it,
twin child of the sun baby from Teletubbies.
Is it? Is it George Bush riding the Nukin with like
I was,
cow-
I was gonna
with a
say this is
cowboy
a whole
hat?
different direction.
With a cowboy hat? Just
I'm like, what is George Bush writing? Dude?
George Bush
Nah,
riding
she was
the
thinking about
nuke.
doing a hummingbird on her shoulder.
Oh, that's cute.
Because she
That's
likes
cute. It's
hummingbirds.
very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
totally different direction you were headed in.
The
I think I
one
was
thing,
close with
the one
George
thing I
Bush.
will say that is a bitch is the aftercare. You have to
Yeah.
wash it, keep it moistened and stuff like that. You
Moistened.
you can't really.
Well, you're supposed to
You
go
can't
for your.
touch
You're
it.
supposed to go for your touch up in what? 2 months? A
Yeah,
month?
in a month. Yeah.
A month, and then he comes out of it and slaps his wrist. And goes like, all right,
Basically.
good.
Don't do
Dude,
that.
you don't.
It's still like 2 days old.
Aren't you scared whenever Nick commits to a bit? Like you're scared he's actually going to do it, even though he won't do it.
No, I trust him. And if he does it, he's just being an asshole.
Yeah. It is fair.
I feel like you have a roll rate of like 80% chance of it being a joke, 20% chance you
Yeah.
unintentionally cause an accident.
I'm willing to take those odds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So we've got a pretty hefty show today because, we waited until Monday to record.
Yeah.
You're feeling better now.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it's well better.
Yeah. Whatever's going around got Rene, so that caused us to delay the show a bit.
It's
but,
still a little lingering, but
yeah,
I'm fine.
we can hear it. I still can't hear from this ear. That's
That's not good.
It isn't good.
That's
This
been a
morning it
week and
popped
a-
though.
Y'all
Dude, I
sick.
sneezed, and it like went. And I went, oh, but then it clogged itself back up again.
Okay, you know what you need to do? You need to clean it out.
I did.
Do you have the irrigator?
Oh no.
I got one at home. You want it? You want to borrow it?
Is it just like water that just like goes in there?
No. It comes with like a little squirt bottle, and then it has like a little like tube that goes in your ear, and then you
Is it clean?
you put peroxide, and then you put like hot water, and then you mix it together, and then you put it in your ear, and then you go.
Stop to make that noise.
A spider comes out of your ear.
Dude, imagine that's. Yeah, you know
I've done it, but no, and it like you see like because me, I get like balls. I get like a ball like coming out of my ear. It's gross. And then I flick it at Monica.
Do you?
I've done it once.
Oh God.
She was like, oh, because I got it and I got it on the no.
I could just
No.
imagine Monica
Now you're like,
listening
No, try,
to
no,
the
'cause
show right now.
She's
at
already
work,
saying
and she's
no,
just like,
no.
Nick, don't you say it. Don't say
Now
anything.
you're
Nick.
kind of regretting it. You're already committed to it.
No, I'm just joking.
Bring it over next time.
I've never done it.
Bring it. What a liar, dude. What a liar.
I've never.
You've
She wants to see them because they're like balls. Because like my ear doesn't irrigate well, so like every 3 months I have to clean my ears.
We're
out.
messed up people, dude. What?
Do Monica or Andy love popping your pimples?
Yeah, I think that's just a.
That's just
That's just
like woman
like her.
thing.
Yeah. No, I don't want a woman thing.
I
think
like
it's
it
a
too. It's fun.
significant other thing.
Yeah.
I like it too. It's fun.
I don't.
I like 2 pimples right here.
Yeah, man.
and then-
I've been looking at the one on his arm for like the last like 5 minutes.
No, that's actually.
So
a
what you do?
cyst.
Grab a needle,
a cyst?
stab
It's a-
it
or
until
a
it
cyst or a
pops,
wart.
dude.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at it like I want to pop it.
I have to get like a little thing that freezes it and then just
Dude, I
peel
want
them off after.
I want to get like a needle.
From liquor to bodily dysfunctions. Great.
No, but I'm being serious. That
yes,
will
bring it
help.
over next time.
Wait, you want me to bring it over on Friday?
Yeah.
If your ear still hasn't popped,
Yes.
tell me if your ear hasn't popped and I'll bring it.
Okay, that's
We're
We'll do
watching-
it.
We're watching Argyle. No.
dude. That's what happened with the beekeeper.
You couldn't hear
you
the
had it
beekeeper?
since the beekeeper?
I've had it
That's
since we went to
bad.
Big Bear. Yeah,
Oh,
That's
crap,
bad.
man.
Yeah.
Why'd you make a doctor's appointment?
Yeah.
because I don't want to pay.
No, because that's what that sounds like. It sounds like an ear infection.
Yeah.
John said it was a fungus.
No, he's an idiot. It sounds like an ear infection. You have an ear infection.
John was telling me a story
Last
about
of
a
Us.
coworker. Yeah, exactly. He's just like, oh, it was like cordyceps in there or something like that. And it was just like, oh, that's cool. Thanks, dude.
Right?
No, you have an ear infection.
Yeah, I
Like,
know it's an ear
After,
infection.
but no, but the thing is that if you don't take care of it, you can go deaf.
I know. Last time I had it, they
You
said
need actual antibiotics and deal with it.
Last thing you need is one.
they
more
didn't give me
problem.
antibiotics the last time. That
Oh, you know
happened.
what? I have some. I actually do have some.
What don't you have, dude? Are you like freaking
I do have some
Tijuana
at home.
out there? In
I
your
do
home?
have some at home.
You have some.
Do you want some?
Amoxicillin? Is it amoxicillin?
Yeah,
Are they pills or is it droplets?
it's
in the ear?
droplets that you put,
Oh.
but it's meant to. It's like
Is
supposed
it like
to
over the
soothe.
counter stuff? Is it
No, I
Mexican
got-
stuff?
No, I got it from the doctor. I got it for the last time when I had an ear infection. I still have some left.
Don't see. I was gonna say yes, but then you did the whole Rene did, and that just made me question it. I'm just like,
You don't know.
he doesn't
He
know
doesn't
any better.
know. There was a time
Bring
when
whatever will
I
help
there
you
was a-
bring it in next time.
there was
I
a.
like
there-
10.
I'm being serious. Like the last time.
Yeah, bring it
there-
over next time.
Like there was a couple of weeks where I
At this
couldn't
point,
hear.
at this point,
I was
just
here.
bring anything over, dude, because I hate not being able to hear from one
Oh
ear.
no, I hate it. It's the worst.
I just
It's
hate
the
it because
worst
like
feeling.
people sneak up on me. I'm like, what do you want? Like what? I'm the one that sneaks up on people, not the other way around.
What do you do?
I walk super quiet. Apparently, I walk quieter than like I
Okay,
should.
And
And
why are you
what?
sneaking up on people?
I'm not. That's just how I walk.
To do what?
Nothing. Literally, I'll walk up to people like, "Where'd
So
you
why-
come from?" And I'm
so-
like, "Dude, you couldn't
So
hear
why
me."
are you saying that you sneak up on people? What are you doing?
Nothing.
Guys, we got a show to run.
Junior was cool, right?
You're like-
Junior was cool.
You're like surprise.
All right, so we got a little bit of an update. Last week on the show, issue 182, we mentioned about something that was going on in Whittier.
The trees.
A tree.
We have to save the trees. I don't know why I said that.
we were talking. It was like super serious, and here we were going like,
The trees, Brian. The tree. Okay, yeah. So about the trees.
I hope after they chop them down, they let us burn them.
what
No, we chop them down, we mash them to paper, and then we print the Bible on them.
Ow!
Why the Bible?
Because what's the most useful book that can be printed on?
What? What do you mean useful?
No, useless.
Oh, useless.
Oh, I thought you said useful.
No, useless. What's the most
I was
useless
like,
book you can
useful?
print on? Yeah.
You can get a Bible anywhere. Just go to a
Yeah,
hotel
just
room.
go to
It's
a
like
hotel.
right there, dude.
Yeah. Or go to a smoke shop.
That too.
Easy
Yeah.
papers.
Okay, trees.
Yeah.
The trees that were cut down.
trees.
Yeah, what's the update?
Trees. They're still gonna come down.
Yeah, they're coming down. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So that's actually a real thing. This is
Like,
actual
they're going down.
information that we've gotten from Noel at Primetime Collectibles. He's in that circle and stuff like that. So he knew about this. He also says this is something that the Uptown Association wants to bring out. They want more coverage about it, but they want the full coverage.
So let's recap for just a second
Yeah.
for people that might not know what's going on. Last
Why do
week
you guys
reported-
care so much about the trees?
I mean, I do.
It was
I
an
grew up
interesting
here.
topic,
It was an interesting
honestly.
topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but why do you guys care so much about the trees?
Why don't you care about the trees?
Because
They
they're
help
Can I
me-
recap?
Because
Can I
they're
recap?
Because
They
the
help me
trees are
breathe.
annoying.
No, they're not. They're great for shade.
Yeah, exactly.
They hurt people.
It's because
That's true. They hurt the buildings here.
they hurt the
in Uptown.
foundation.
They hurt people. They hurt the buildings.
Yeah.
You know how many times as a kid I would fall over those
This
roots?
is why I want to be
That's
a
true.
coconut tree.
Why?
And I hope Nick is still alive. I die first. That way Nick goes under the coconut tree, and in my like death, like
Mhm.
spirit, I just drop a coconut on his head.
I hope you're a coconut tree so I can then do things to your coconuts.
So they're cutting down the trees.
I want to get the milk. From your
Get it, dude.
coconuts.
Can we
Milk-
talk about the trees in
so I can
Uptown?
milk your
I'm gonna
coconuts.
drill.
Oh
holes.
my god, dude!
Yeah.
City of Whittier's gonna listen to this and be
Mhm.
just like, "Who the hell are these people
Yeah.
reporting on the trees in
We
Uptown?"
want them to talk about the trees, but they
But I-
can't.
They
Stop talking
can't
about
stop
milking
talking about-
coconuts.
They want to make Bibles out of the trees. We're gonna be cutting down. No,
Make
quick,
Bibles out of the trees.
quick little recap. So, in Uptown Whittier, there's these trees that go from the Coffee Bean down the street. I forget the
Yes.
cross street that's on there.
I forgot the cross street.
It's going all the way up to Hadley, where the Winchells is at. Basically, they want to strip all those down and essentially plant newer trees.
Still
to replace
big
one.
trees,
Still
yeah.
no. When we
Oh,
reported
when we
last
recorded,
week,
yeah, we weren't
they-
too sure.
We
if
weren't
they
sure
were-
what kind of trees they were going to post up, but essentially the whole purpose of this is because the trees that exist now in Uptown Whittier are essentially digging way into the ground and just messing up the foundation of most of
Yes.
the buildings that are there.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, Uptown Whittier is very
foundation of
historic.
building.
Yes, it's a very historic place. A lot of those buildings are decades, if not
No, not decades, hundreds. They're about 100 years old.
So apparently,
100 years.
So apparently,
1924.
1912.
when
yeah,
these trees were
1920.
planted, these were the wrong trees to plant.
Yes, they did not. They didn't know how the roots were going to grow.
Yeah.
100 years ago, we didn't know agriculture, so that's
We
understandable.
didn't. We just
We
thought a
didn't
tree
have the
was.
technology.
We thought a tree was a tree.
We
Yeah.
haven't played Sid Meier's
tree was a
Civilizations
tree.
yet, so we don't know anything
The,
about
the only
agriculture yet.
thing that was important about these trees is that they didn't produce fruits.
No.
Mhm.
So essentially, what they're
Because
doing is
when you have trees that produce fruits, that brings rats.
yes. So they're stripping all these trees down and planting new ones, as far as we know, in basically to start the Providence project that they've been wanting to do for
Yes.
quite some time,
Yeah.
which is make that entire street walkable, similar to some stuff that we've seen in Santa Monica. Just because those like street areas that you can walk through different shops and stuff like that, that's essentially the plan.
Yeah.
But as of recently, Rene has been talking to Noel,
Yes.
and the proposal has new details to it because there was a meeting January 26th, which Noel did attend. And
Mhm.
what are those details exactly?
Basically, they are going to plant the same, not the same trees, but like just as big trees as well too. But there's that they don't have big roots that will grow later on as well
Uh-huh.
too.
From
So these trees are already growing and they're going to be ready to be replaced. It's
Plan
just
in there.
it's just taking these trees out are going to take about a year. That's the plan, at least. He says.
Okay.
By the end of 2024, they want to take all these trees down. and stuff.
Now, Noel was a part of this meeting, right?
Yes.
In his conversation, did he seem like he was for this at all?
He was. Yes,
was for it.
because he knows people in the business areas that have it. All these trees that are on Greenleaf, they are affecting the structure of the buildings as well too, messing with the electric, messing with the plumbing as well too,
Mhm.
which is causing all the businesses owners or the building owners to get very frustrated.
Which I think we mentioned last week that we understood both sides to
Yeah.
it, right? Like
Mhm.
these trees are pretty much historic. They've been around. They're
Yeah.
kind of a little bit of a detail
Yeah.
to Uptown Whittier that most people know. Like whenever
Mhm.
they come in,
Yeah.
they're pretty significant, right? Uptown Whittier's been used for
Mhm.
commercials and film. It's those
Yeah.
they've been seen out there. But we also understood the different side of it, that it does mess up the foundation.
Mhm.
It's bad for business. It's bad for upkeep.
Yeah.
I'm still sticking to this route. where no pun intended,
Mhm.
that essentially I firmly believe Whittier is good at starting projects.
Yeah.
I don't think they're good at finishing them.
Yeah, they are.
And so, to a point,
The parking garage. They started it.
they
finished
started it and finished it,
That's true.
haven't
Okay.
upkept it. I think that they should still.
That's not their fault
It's not.
No,
to a
but-
point, it's not their fault.
because they turned off the only thing that's really messed up with that car parking garage is they turned off the elevators, and the reason why they turned off the elevators is because they kept on getting
Vandalized.
vandalized.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I think they were being vandalized, and people were sleeping in them.
Yes.
Were they really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
homeless
elevators?
people,
That's
Oh.
why they disconnected them and turned them off.
Yeah. Mhm.
So that isn't Whittier's fault.
No, that's not what I'm talking about, though. It's
If anything,
the,
it's the community's
it's
fault.
the
It's true.
yeah portion of the community.
We abuse.
I'm just under this belief that Whittier needs to put itself out there a little bit more
Yeah.
in terms of like, yeah, if you want the coverage, fine. It's one thing to basically say like, we need the word to get out there
Mhm.
and have people talk about it in a good way. Yeah, we can talk about it.
Mhm.
There's not a problem to it. I mean,
Yeah.
we can hear other people talk about it, put it on here if people
Mhm.
are interested and kind of give out the details where we can.
Mhm.
But at the same time, they're not really playing. They're not being good advocates and saying like, hey, you know what? These city officials can come out, make a statement, do something, put the
Mhm.
people's minds at ease. I think the January 26th meeting should have done that, and it kind of did in a way,
Mhm.
right?
I just feel like people are putting too much effort in trees. Take them out. They're
No,
they're
I mean,
pain.
we
It's-
weren't
don't-
against it.
I know, but I'm just saying. I feel like there's a lot of people that are just putting way too much.
Well, there's a lot of people that
There's
are.
a lot of things in
it's
Whittier
not just
that
the
need to
trees,
change.
Nick. It's the fact that they don't want things to change. That's where the
But there's a
arguments come in.
there's a lot of things that are changing in Whittier. Look at the whole fact of we have an entire church that destroyed almost a historic building.
What church was that one?
The Freedom Church up the street.
Oh, the
they
one that's on
destroyed.
Hadley.
Yeah, they destroyed a historic building and no one's talking about it. They literally tore down they tore out a bunch of the area inside there, put up giant plasma screen
Oh yeah.
TVs inside of it. They covered up the organ that was in there. They covered up all the stained glass that was all inside, and no one's talking about it. And we're just allowing this church to do whatever it wants.
That I didn't know.
Not only that, but then we also have just vagrants that are, and I say vagrants, but also I'm saying the outreach church that's right next to us, because they are vagrants.
They moved.
No. The people that are always here, and then especially outside of this shop, that are then like, oh, let me pray for you as a free prayer.
Mhm.
And then you have another church that's 3 blocks that way, right next to your house, right next to the Ricks.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
There's like 4 churches on this street where we don't need more churches.
Mhm.
It's the same thing as we don't need more coffee shops. We should have put a Trader Joe's or like an In-N-Out or something that will actually
There's
bring
an
people
In-N-Out down the street.
down the street. You know that the PIH was set to be an In-N-Out at one point.
Was it really?
It was supposed. It
Oh,
was.
that would've been
It was looked
dope.
out to be an In-N-Out, a Trader Joe's.
Would have been dope
Would have been dope having an In-N-Out right
if
there.
there was no drive-through.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
but
just
it's all.
walk
But
it.
you're walking.
I mean, you can't.
Yeah,
that-
just walk
you
it.
ideally can't have a drive-through in Uptown Whittier.
No.
Not only that, but also it was supposed to be an In-N-Out, a laser tag spot, or it was supposed to be a Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's would have made a lot of sense.
Wasn't this whole rule that they don't want any major businesses in Uptown?
Yeah,
Whittier?
they don't want any major businesses.
that's what I
But
thought.
it's the
That's why
same.
they got rid of like the McDonald's that was.
Yep.
That is Teriyaki Bistro.
That was a Burger King.
Was it a burger? I thought it was
It was
a
Burger
McDonald's.
King.
Okay.
It was Burger King. But
with the little play place on the second floor.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
why.
that.
But that's what I mean, though, is that there are other things in Whittier that need to change. And I do feel that the trees are kind of like the least thing that we should really be worried about. You have that same church also takes over that parking area and tries to take it as their own. We don't talk about that.
No, they
Now they don't. Now
they
ever
don't
since
now.
ever since somebody reported them to the cops.
they still take the parking that's by that's on Hadley next to
And-
the Rite Aid.
Yep. And they take all that parking lot. Not only that, but then they're also having buses and they're shipping and they're telling people to go down the street, park inside of certain areas, and then
Residential areas.
in residential areas, and then busing them up to the church.
Yeah.
Then you also have that same church who's showing films on Halloween.
That's Freedom. That's a different one. Victory Outreach here.
Victory Outreach, no. Freedom is showing videos of child abortions and everything else as horror films. and saying that you need to sign up like a cult.
Mhm.
I feel like those are the bigger issues in Whittier,
Mhm.
not about a tree.
No,
We
trees.
can figure out
Trees.
what happens
Not
to
about this goddamn
trees.
tree.
It's a tree. You know what the best thing is? There's more of them. We'll plant more.
So, like I said,
Those trees are terrible. They're wrecking the sidewalk. They're wrecking
you
plumbing.
listened to the show last week.
I did.
Okay, so
And-
you know that Rene and I played devil's advocate against people who were basically saying that they shouldn't be cutting the trees.
They're idiots.
And I think we both stood on the fact that there's a positive side to all this that should be
Yeah.
seen,
So the
right? Which we didn't make a statement for. We
Yeah.
we didn't pick a side yet
Yeah.
because we didn't know anything about it.
it was early on. We didn't know.
Exactly.
The fact of the matter is, I totally understand where the city is coming from, because for one, they're trying to help out business owners, because this is something that's ridiculous for a business owner to have to spend $200 to $300 every 6 to 7 months
Mhm.
to either irrigate their plumbing,
Yeah.
fix their electrical, and then go like, well, that's just part of being in Whittier.
Yeah. Well, that's
That's-
Whittier.
Yeah, that's just being in Whittier.
Mhm.
That's unrealistic. If honestly, I would then take my business somewhere else
yeah.
and go where that isn't a problem. Not only that, but then also it's a giant lawsuit all over the place. People have sued Whittier over and over and over again for these trees because it is a city problem and they don't fix it. It took them almost 9 years to fix the trees in front of my house. And all they did was get cheap asphalt and layer it into a small mountain on the sidewalk. And that's all they did. But for years, it was lifted up and it was a giant, like, little ledge. So if you walked over it and wasn't paying attention, or if you were an elderly person, or if you were a small child, you could severely hurt yourself, or a person on a skateboard or a bike and anything like that. And that means the sidewalk is unsafe. You let the sidewalk get unsafe. So that means I can then sue the city. So they're not just trying to cover their butts when it comes to the actual saving their businesses in the area. They're trying to also save their butts when it comes to, I don't feel like getting sued anymore because this is ridiculous. And the fact that they need to do it for all of the homes, because every home on Greenleaf has the same problem as the business. I know for a fact at our house in Whittier, we have to irrigate our plumbing almost 2 to 3 times, 2 to 3 times a year, or else the bile comes back up. It's disgusting. And you have to keep on rooting it and keep on rooting it. And it's a thing that is annoying. My dad hates it. He's $1 million home and he has to do this every 3 to 4 months. It's ridiculous.
I'm still on this. If you're gonna do it right.
Mhm.
That's all I care about. Do it,
That's true.
but do it right.
Yeah.
I know, but you can't solve. I mean, you can't
No,
just
I'm
say,
not
like,
saying
oh yeah, they're not
solve
going to
it.
do it right.
So, because we do have to move on. If
they obviously did a parking garage right.
Sure. To me, there's a lot of, as someone who's lived here who's lived here since I was a kid, I've seen a lot of things be passed, a lot of projects being proposed. I've always seen Whittier as a city that's wanting to do better and be better. There's a lot of times where I see it also not put its best foot forward. And this is a pretty big project. It's a pretty big project where I do feel like if they're going to move forward with it, do it right with the best intentions, which is what I think that they're trying to do, right? As far as what we can tell from what we've heard,
Yeah.
that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But if you're going to make a project happen like this, make it right, do it well, and make the residents happy. And if you can't make everyone happy, then don't worry about it. Get your businesses out there, because the small businesses that are up here are what make Uptown Whittier the way it is.
The most important thing to remember is that we need younger people to run for city council. We need younger people to run for these board member sheets. That's what we need. Because the reason why we don't have these things, or certain things get allowed, is because we have an older community that is in charge of this area.
So what you're saying is we should start campaigning for you.
I'm fine with that. I love power. I love power. That's the only way
I
to go
love
mad.
power. I love abusing it.
That's the only way to go mad.
Obama had What is it? What was his whole thing?
Obamacare?
No. What was his motto that he won a Nobel
Yes,
Peace
I
Prize?
will. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Yours is I love power.
No, because I
You
think
gotta do it, dude.
it's as close to Trump's as possible.
I was gonna say.
That's just make America
No,
great
might
again.
as well just
I
say make
love
it.
power.
But I
Make-
get,
make Whittier-
but I get
I
what
can
you,
run as a Republican, I think.
I get what you're saying. I 100% understand what you're saying.
But that's the thing, though, is that these people have been in power for 15, 30, 25.
Yeah.
Some people have been on the
and they don't want
board
to give up.
for
They don't
30
wanna,
years.
They don't want to leave.
And they don't want to leave. And the problem is that they make these small decisions that do shape the community. They shape what you can and can't do inside of this community. I mean, the Historical Society alone. Don't even get me started on them. They're a joke. They only meet once every 2 weeks. And they only get through like 5 things on their docket, and they have like 30 of them. So you could be, let's say you're fixing a home in the historical section, or even trying to fix a building. Like, let's say you have a business and your building is in the historical area. I can't change the facade of my building and the way it looks on the outside without contacting the Historical Society. And then I have to get it approved by the Historical Society. I can't fix so that means that if I want to change this and I can't open until that gets changed, the Historical Society needs to vote on it and they need to approve it. But because they only meet so not as frequent, if they don't get through it and they don't get to your thing, sucks to suck. Guess we hope we get to it next time. And that pushes my building schedule almost a month. And you're wondering why businesses don't want to be here? This is the kind of stuff that needs to change.
I mean, that's kind of what we said.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, we said that they have to do it right. I mean, you're saying it in more detail.
Okay, hold on. Doing it right is not going to the bottom root. Just saying doing it right means, okay, make sure you get the right planters, make sure you get irrigators, make sure that you put concrete columns underneath the trees, and make sure that the roots don't spread. That's doing it right. I'm trying to go to the actual source of the problem. The source of the problem are these old Whittiertonians that don't want to give up power and make decisions for the mass of Whittier that no one agrees with. Mm-hmm. And that's why we need people who are younger, have more ideas, and we need to kick some of these people out. But the thing is that the younger, our generation, and also even younger generation, don't like to vote. They don't like to run.
I wouldn't say it's don't believe it.
They don't believe in it. And they feel that their vote doesn't matter because, honestly, that's kind of what social media has told them.
Look, this topic can go on for another half hour.
We're just going to be politics podcast.
Yeah,
today.
at this point,
Let's
yes.
do
I mean,
it.
the whole plan was just to discuss
Subscribe to the Patreon for the keeping up with the politics.
Look, I'm not disagreeing with anything, and
Not about one. Not about one.
I don't want to disagree with anything you've said because I do think yes, but this is going into a much deeper field that I feel like we don't have the time for. One, two, not really our demographic, but I think it is important to discuss it. I will say that as more details come in when it's discussed, I think we can bring it up every now and then just to kind of talk about it and make sure we keep people
don't bring
updated.
up the trees around Nick. It's a trigger for him.
Yeah, apparently.
It's trigger.
Yeah,
Really
you
is a
started with
trigger.
trees and then you went on to Whittonians and churches that.
Whittonians, that
I
sounds
mean,
like a-
yeah.
Because those are the
Star Wars.
bigger problems.
No, I mean we're not.
You're not wrong. Yeah,
Those are the bigger problems.
You're not. That's the thing. You're not wrong.
Trees are the bottom of the list,
Yeah.
you
trees.
which
And
is
then
so ridiculous.
Older Whittier associates.
Yeah.
what you did right now, dude, is you lit you just sparked something
Yeah.
and then this ignited.
No, that's the
into a
thing. He
giant fire.
did spark a conversation that does need to be talked about. That's
No,
the
and I
thing.
don't
And
disagree
hope,
with
and
it.
I hope you guys, the listeners, are taking that in. That's the thing.
I just
Yeah.
also hope that people understand that I'm not trying to intrude and saying like I disagree with
No,
anything.
no.
Because it's like I feel like
To be honest, guys, we really don't have the time. We
Yeah.
have a lot of stuff to talk about.
And then I end up being the bad guys.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why didn't you let
No,
Nick
no,
talk about
no,
this?
I-
Brian
because-
is on the side of the
Let him
trees.
Let him cook.
Here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. And I'm gonna
God dang tree hugger. You're going to tie yourself to a tree?
Here's the funny
Is that
thing.
what you're going to do?
Sing Kumbaya.
Oh my god. No, I'm gonna say this 100%. I'm gonna call out some of the listeners, all right? Because I'm tired of hearing oh well, Bryan doesn't know how to produce anything correctly because he interrupts Nick when he talks about it. How about this? Comment in the section down below if this is something interesting that
Share it,
you
like
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Do what
Talk
you
about
want.
it because listen, I produce what I think is needed on the show.
Yeah.
If you guys want Nick to talk about this because he's right, great. There's a comment section on YouTube. There's an email that you can reach out to us. There's also social media that you guys can reach out to us. If these are important matters that need to be spread, you guys can also snip these, send it to us so we can highlight them. There's a lot of things you guys can do. There's only a couple things we can do as well as creators.
Yeah, that's
Right?
right. Oh, sorry. No, that's not another thing.
As a final note, we don't disagree with anything Nick said.
Yeah, especially the Attica thing.
I swear, I'm gonna tell you this, Rene, because you tend to get most of those comments. People coming in and going like, if I hear even one person come up to you and be like, "Hey, Bryan's kind of being a dick for not letting Nick talk," I want the name and I want location where I can fight him.
Oh.
That's what I want to do.
You want a location to fight them?
I want a location
The
to fight them.
listeners?
Parking garage right up here in Uptown Whittier. That's where we'll fight them. Top of it, Tekken style.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
What?
I totally forgot. It was a joke that I thought of when he told us that he was going up to the mountains.
What?
It was a joke I thought of when you said, "Oh, I'm going to Big Bear,"
Yeah.
and I was like, I think he's going to Big Bear to fight the snow.
Oh,
His
Oh,
when you go to the,
because I
when you go
fight
to the
the
beach,
beach.
yeah.
because you fight the ocean. So what's the evolution?
Oh, I lost
of,
against the snow.
Rocky
What's the-
Four status.
Dude,
what's the evolution of ocean?
The snow.
It's snow.
If you
It's
guys
obviously
go
a
to my
snowy
Instagram,
mountain.
Water. Yeah.
I slid down a mountain
Uh-huh.
on a sleigh or on like a little whatever,
Bobsled?
but like Superman style, and I went off a
Why
little
would you?
cliff
Why would you go?
and I hit my
Superman?
face, passed out for like I think 15, 30 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Broke my glasses that day. It was like 2, 3.
Did you
years ago.
really?
Yeah, I'll show you the
2-3
video.
Oh, 2-3 years.
Yeah,
Oh.
my mom was just like, "Oh, that sucks." You can hear in the background.
Good support.
Moving on, we got comic strips portion of the show where we talk about topics that don't merit a
You got
10 to
new shoes?
15 minute conversation,
Yeah.
and we try not to tangent.
from a listener.
Oh,
What?
I got new shoes from a listener.
No, you
I
didn't.
swear to God.
He just gave them to you
Yep.
Was it loose?
for free.
Mhm.
What favor did you give him?
No.
Are
what
we
was
ready
it?
for comic strips?
No. What was
Okay,
it?
talk, please.
Okay. So anyway, I got new shoes because Monica's brother-in-law
Oh.
got them for me.
Oh, he's a listener.
Yeah,
He's
he's
a
a
listener.
listener.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, he got them for me.
And what's his name?
Jaime.
Jaime.
You did an awesome job. I love these shoes.
Did
They
you
They're
look
pay
so
good on him. Yeah.
Did you pay for him?
No, which one? He
I mean,
gave
didn't
it to
pay
me
him
as a
money.
gift.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it
I
is.
watched his dog.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
Is that what he calls it?
I swear to God, he scratched me up, dude.
Oof.
She scratched me up.
That's an aggressive
Jade is a
dog.
she's like a little pit bull.
Oh, pit.
Or is
Pit
it
bull.
what's the little one?
Rottweiler?
No, it's like a little, you got a muddy face, not a pit bull, but smaller.
Bulldog?
No.
A pug?
No. Kind of looks like a pug though. I'll think of it.
Yeah.
What were we saying?
Comic strips.
Comic strippers.
I already did the thing.
Where we don't tangent. Blah 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 blah.
X.
The
The
Daily Show sees the departure of Trevor Noah in October of 2022.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Over the last couple of months, year,
Yeah.
they've been cycling guest hosts to
Mhm.
basically keep the show running, right?
About 6 months, isn't it? I think it's been about 6 months.
Something like that. As of last week, Jon Stewart is set to return as host
I think it's today.
February 12th.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
No, it's not today.
Yeah,
It's
it's February 12th.
it's 3 todays from the week.
I want to see that. I want to see that show.
It's interesting.
I want to see that show.
I just love how I posted that piece of news.
Monday.
You posted it on
Yeah.
there, and I was like, "Oh shoot, that was supposed to be in comic strips." But you posted on it. Your first comment is just like, "Well, yeah, his show's ending on Apple," and I'm like, "Bruh, okay, like it's like, I mean, you should have been like, hey, I'm excited to see Jon Stewart
No,
back
but
on there."
I love seeing Jon Stewart in general. I think that the Daily Show really missed. Like the Daily Show was cool with Trevor Noah. I really liked it.
It was fun.
It went on it went to a different audience.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
I think wasn't
A younger
touched.
audience that cared.
It was a younger audience, but I feel like I always loved Jon Stewart on the Daily Show because I always felt like he was the grown up in the room.
Yeah.
Like whenever he was on anything, you always felt like Jon Stewart was the man that was trying to get
Didn't
to the
he
honest
interview
truth.
He's like your woke drunk uncle.
Yeah.
Didn't he who did he interview that he called out? Like,
Which O'Reilly?
was it?
It was Bill O'Reilly. He went and debated him. And he like kept calling him out on the show.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That where it like, I gotta find that interview.
It was a really good one, and then he was also on a Fox show with Tucker Carlson.
That's it. That's
He
what I'm
was on-
talking about. Yeah.
he was on Crossfire.
Yes.
It was on Crossfire with Tucker
And
Carlson.
Tucker Carlson thought he had him, but then
No, it was so funny because they brought him on, and then he just goes on this giant like rant about why Crossfire doesn't make sense. And
Jon
how,
Stewart.
Yeah, Jon Stewart. And then he went on this like giant rant just talking about like they don't do their jobs to give like the honest opinion of the people. Because this is back when Tucker Carlson wasn't on Fox. He was on CNN.
Mhm.
It was on CNN, and he was supposed to be the right guy, and then there was like a person from the left. And he just totally destroys it. I think Crossfire gets canceled like a month later, like after it aired. It's
Jon
awesome.
Stewart
It's
laid
such a
off people.
it's such a great episode. If you haven't seen the Crossfire episode, go check it out. It's on YouTube. It's like a good 45 minutes. Awesome. It's just fun.
Well, speaking about Trevor Noah, so it's interesting to kind of get a little more insight as to why he left.
Mhm.
Basically, it's wanting to explore a more creative paths that he basically wants to do. He wants more creative avenues, and the balance of life wasn't really allowed when he was on the show. Said that it had a strict production schedule.
It does.
essentially, yeah. So it kind of makes sense, and I've always liked Trevor Noah. I feel like his comedy is very. There's confidence in his comedy.
Ironically, that was the reason why John left, to go do other stuff, because he wanted to direct a movie. He wanted to do other stuff. He was really into the New York firefighters. What was it? Because into the New York firefighters pension, because he went for first responders that went to 9/11, and that they were being denied Medicare.
Oh wow.
And a lot of them had like cancers, or they had like breathing problems, and they were saying like, oh, all that stuff was pre-existing conditions, and the government was actually denying their health care. And he was like, why are we doing this? We know what this was. We know it was 9/11. Why are we denying this, and why are we doing it? And he actually has a video where he's literally going to senators' offices with like 30 or 40 firefighters.
Yeah.
And they're all like in wheelchairs or like they have like oxygen masks. And he goes, so I want you to go outside and meet your constituents because you're denying them healthcare and you're killing them. So I brought them to your office.
Oh, that's dope.
So that way you can explain to them why you sentenced them to death.
Yeah.
And then
Easy way.
and you just see them
Yeah.
go like, I'm not doing that. And he's like, oh, well, we're going to be here all day
Yeah.
because I have an appointment with you 3 times today.
No, he didn't,
That's
dude.
dope. Yeah.
So I wonder what his take is gonna be for the Daily Show.
Oh, I mean, it's gonna be.
Well, but think about it. He's starting up just when Trump's about to run.
Yeah.
It's 2024 election
Ooh.
season.
Could
it's
you
coming
imagine?
It's
Jon
not
Stewart
just the
during...
Trump run.
But
It's the fact
but-
that it's like there's 2 potential candidates that don't make sense.
No, but that's the thing is that his ratings will skyrocket during election year. That's the
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. They always do.
And that's when the Daily Show is memorable. I mean, everyone remembers Trevor Noah's election years as on the Daily Show when he had his correspondent go out to
Jordan Klepper.
yeah, he basically I loved him. He's so great.
He still does
I'm
it.
sorry.
Still does
He still does
I
them.
can't watch those segments
Why?
because I get
It's hard to watch.
It's hard to watch.
They are
I
hard to watch.
love it.
No,
Did you
because
see his
it's
January
so
6th one?
good.
it's yes.
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 His January 6th one is
Yes.
rough.
The problem is
So
that
good.
I don't want to. I like living in a bubble where I don't like. I can at least think that people are smart enough.
Yeah.
And do you know that the city council member was at January 6th?
Oh, the one in Whittier? Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah.
She was at January 6th and nothing happened.
As a political standpoint, I'm not.
Speaking of Whittier
Yeah.
City Council.
That's a full circle joke right there. But for me personally,
dude.
politically, I don't care.
You're weak-minded. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
it's just that
About
I
treason?
when it comes to like either Republican or Democrat,
you're-
I
Oh,
kind of
okay.
stand back and just laugh at both.
Oh, so you're an independent.
Yeah, basically.
independent.
Yeah,
It's a nice way of putting it.
He's a libertarian.
It doesn't matter. Look, it does like.
Listen, the government was never meant to be a two-party system.
No.
When it was founded, it was meant to be like, well, we're gonna have like 9 different like forms of government, and then
Alright.
like everybody
Patreon.
went like, no.
Patreon.
Political.
Keeping up with the politics.
Hey, you brought this up. You went
It
one
was
after
trees,
another.
Nick. It was trees.
It was just trees. I just want to talk about trees.
It was the goddamn trees in Uptown, and you had to go in there and talk about churches, parking structures.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got real.
January 6th.
Hey,
Council member from Whittier was there.
listen, I'm just saying, I can say I wasn't there, can she?
I mean, we can all say we weren't there. Don't you freaking say it. I just saw your lip quiver for a second. I was
I was
like,
like,
shut your mouth.
"Oh."
God, no, dude. Never. All of a sudden, someone photoshopped one of us in there, dude.
I thought you were the guy that was spreading their feces all over the place.
Ah,
Just-
dang it, dude. Okay, moving on.
Dang,
Like a
this is
monkey.
one
Let's
trip.
talk about Roadhouse. They're making a remake of the
That's good.
1989 original. Did you see the trailer?
I did.
I'm
That's good.
excited.
March 21st, 2024 is
Yeah.
the release date.
Right.
Director Doug Liндman will be silently protesting this film.
What? Oh,
Essentially,
that's the director, right?
Yeah.
The director.
It's supposed to be
Yes.
getting he thought it was
Theatrical.
a theatrical release. But
so there's a reason as to why he thought that it's supposed to be a theatrical release. Essentially, what's going on here is when Amazon acquired MGM Studios, now they're known as Amazon MGM Studios, right? They were told that essentially their plan was that they were going to continue releasing at least 12 films in theaters every year. Doug Lindman was under the assumption that Roadhouse was going to be one of these films. He, in an interview, basically said, I wasn't told that this movie was going to go direct to streaming. I just was told about this recently. And to me, this makes no sense. So Doug Lindman is furious about this, essentially, mainly, right? The main reason as to why is because this movie, according to him, is Academy worthy. I was looking into the rules of what it takes for a film to be qualified for the Academy Awards, which is pretty interesting. You need at least a limited run in a theater, and there's a whole bunch of other things on there, like a lot of other restrictions.
yeah.
It's got to be like you got to play it in a theater in a certain format. It has to have certain audio.
Audio. It has to have certain audio techniques on it.
Yeah. You're also supposed to be charging people to be
Watch the
to
film.
see it, and it has to be playing in one of the metropolitan areas in the U.S., including
It has to be
LA,
a major, but it has to be a major city.
major
it can't,
city
it,
like
it can't
LA,
be like
Chicago, New York.
it can't be like Memphis
Yeah. So
or wherever.
yes. So if you remember Roma, which was a movie that was Netflix produced,
Yeah.
right, had a limited theatrical release in
Yes.
LA.
Yeah.
That's why it qualified for the Oscars.
Okay.
Yes.
This movie will not if it doesn't have the limited theatrical release. That's basically why he's silently protesting. And these are similar outcries to Jonathan Nolan when Tenet wasn't released in
Yeah.
theaters, and Tom Cruise when Dead Reckoning wasn't going to be in an IMAX theater for longer than a week, was it? Or
Yeah.
2 weeks?
Okay. First off,
It's a Roadhouse movie.
huh?
It's a Roadhouse movie. What does he expect to get out of
No,
it?
but I mean, like, I guess he is like, oh, this is my masterpiece.
I mean, I'd be upset if my movie's not going to theaters, but to have it considered this is an Academy Award winning movie, come on.
So that's the same argument I had, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't like Dennis Villeneuve and
Yeah,
Christopher Nolan had the same argument, right?
Yeah.
With
it's an action
Dune
movie.
or
And
Tenet.
Yeah,
The thing is that
100% Tenet was not the movie that was going to save theaters. That was not the.
my biggest argument against
I
this
haven't
when
seen
they
it.
argue in Tenet and Dune were released during COVID times, right? So I was going to argue that you got to understand that people want to have, precautions, and
Yeah.
you can't just be stuffing people 20, 30 at a time in a room when there's a massive outbreak of a disease that's going
Yeah.
on, right? It makes 100% sense. In this instance here, if it's a limited theatrical run, I understand. I don't know why Amazon at least won't give him that
yeah.
if he actually believes it.
Well, that's the thing too, is that like it doesn't look like this is a cheap movie either. It looks
doesn't.
It's shot very cinematically.
I think the budget's somewhere over 50 million.
I'll look it up.
I think it's
I-
like 180.
I personally think that it is not They don't think that it can produce as well as it can, but they do feel like it will bring people to the streaming.
Well, his biggest claim is that essentially Jake Gyllenhaal gave the performance of a lifetime, and to not have him be considered by the Academy because it's a streaming movie.
No, and you know what? 100%. That's why I feel that the qualifications for an Academy Award should be changed. There's a lot of things in this world that need to be changed.
No, yeah.
Especially in a world of streaming. In a world of streaming, there shouldn't be this thing of, because they changed it when for TV shows.
The Emmys.
They changed the Emmys for TV shows on streaming services.
So that I understand. Have you read the actual rules for?
I've gone over them like once.
So it's interesting to kind of go over them now as like a film, like someone was studying it, because like you kind of understand why there's so many different restrictions on there. Because if you look at the number of films that were considered by the Academy, I think it was like somewhere up towards like 15 pages worth of films.
Yes.
And it was, I don't know how many lines you can fit on a page, but it's like a lot of them, right?
Yeah.
The Super Mario Brothers movie was considered for Best Picture. It was on that list.
I can see that.
Yeah. So it's, if you include streaming services, movies that are direct to streaming as, you know, products,
but not only that,
Academy,
but also
you're gonna have a longer list.
But the academies are also they're also political as well.
Yeah, it is.
Like, because you have to then say, I would like this to be considered, and I want this to be considered for this,
Exactly.
and everything else.
I will say that if Amazon is really stern on the fact as to why they don't want to release this movie to theaters, I feel like they kind of need to have a pattern to justify a good reason.
Or they test screened it and it didn't do well.
That could be another possibility.
And it's cheaper for me, instead of putting it out on at a theater where
The distribution.
for distribution, and saying, I know that this movie is going. I feel, you know what I feel like this movie is? Drive.
Drive is good.
I understand that, but Drive is not a movie that I go, I'm gonna put that in a movie theater. That's a cult classic movie that I'm gonna put inside. I'm gonna watch on like Netflix.
Not to mention, Roadhouse has been in development hell for over the past like
This
remake.
decade. Yeah, it was originally supposed to be they were going to do a sequel. Then they was like, no, all right, let's do a remake. I think someone else was supposed to be part of it, but then Ronda Rousey was supposed to be part of it as well too, of a remake of
Yeah,
it.
because weren't they gonna do Gender Bend?
Yeah,
they were
they're
gonna
going
do
to
a
Gender
Gender
Bend
Bend.
Dalton.
So do you think that, kind of siding with Nick on this part right
Yeah.
here, the test screening and the development Amazon is just kind of like, there's just no point. Like, we're basically
I think
hoping for a good theatrical release.
I think what it is, I mean, from the movie itself, I'm a huge Roadhouse fan from, with Patrick Swayze in it and stuff. I love that movie to death. It's cheesy, schlock, 80s
Yeah,
action.
absolutely.
It's great.
It's Swayze.
It's Swayze. This one looks like it's taking that in a modern aspect, but then also we're just kind of have fun with it. It doesn't look like it's going to be better, which I'm not expecting it to be, but I'm expecting it to be more fun. And it
also-
does.
It looks pretty.
My feeling is that I feel like Jake Gyllenhaal is more beekeeper / John Wick,
Well, that's what I told
or
you.
even like Jack Reacher.
It goes off of that thing when I've said how people want to be, how male actors are now in Hollywood. They saw John Wick and they're like, I want to
need
do
that.
that. I want to do that. I want to have a movie like that.
Because I feel like Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't have the swagger as Swayze.
No, but I will say I
Really?
kind of...
I
think he has the charm
No.
Yeah.
In this movie.
in this movie. No, I believe it.
From what I've seen.
Well, he's not doing the Zen kind of thing.
Yes.
He's doing more of like, oh, I know
I'm
how
just-
to fight, but I'm not going to choose to fight you right off the bat, the kind of thing.
Mhm.
That's the thing.
I mean,
It's
the
not
opening of
like-
the trailer is literally like, oh, where's the nearest hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, and then you end up finding out that he's like a champion fighter, right?
Yeah.
UFC
MMA
fighter, yeah. Which I'm like, I think that's kind of a cheesy cop out.
Look.
Just, oh, he's a former UFC fighter.
The movie looks pretty.
No, it
I would
does.
love to see it either in Dolby or IMAX.
So I'm not a big UFC guy, so I didn't even know that the main villain, the bad guy in here is Conor McGregor.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know. I don't know who that was. I know the name, but I didn't know who he looked like.
You know,
And I
it's
was like, oh.
it's funny. I can totally see, because they have done this before, where a movie goes on to streaming, it does really well,
Yeah.
And then it releases in
and then
theaters.
they release it in
Yeah.
the theater. I can totally see that
Tenet.
too. No, but I do think, but I do think.
No, I'm saying Tenet is doing that.
Tenet did that, but I do think that
Dune's
might be
doing
it.
that.
I really do feel that they either test screened it or they did like a family screening and it didn't do well.
Yeah.
And then now they're like, we just need to cut our losses. And let's
They
put
went
it.
to go see Roadhouse thinking it would be Texas Roadhouse. They're like, I think food.
Yeah, they didn't get a steak at all.
No.
Yeah,
Nothing.
they were very disappointed. I was looking forward to the mashed potatoes.
Speaking about the Academy, the Oscar nominations are out, and the list includes many of the nominees already nominated in the Golden Globes. But the biggest talk of the town, which now it's kind of died down, is the fact that Margot Robbie was snubbed of lead actress nomination, and Greta Gerwig was snubbed out of a
Best director.
best director.
I think
for Barbie.
I think I saw a meme where someone said that
Who
this
was
just
nominated?
proves the Barbie movie's point.
Yes.
This further proves it.
Okay. Sure.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing. I understand why people might be upset over this.
Yeah.
Right?
Swifties
Because
mostly.
huh?
What?
Swifties?
Yeah.
They're not even in this.
No, but it's
They're at
the
the
same,
Super
it's-
Bowl.
It's the same
They're gonna be
demographic.
at the
It's the same
Super
cut.
Bowl,
It's the
dude.
same cut of bread.
It is. It's the same side of it.
Yeah.
Andy's right there.
It's just reread.
She's the little seed in the bread.
What are you talking about? Who?
Yeah, Andy, she's the little seed in the Swifty bread.
She's within that
You
same
think she's converting
demographic.
me?
Yeah.
Dude, I can't, dude.
It's kind of working.
No, dude, it's not. It's not.
Dude, you just need to brush it off.
Oh. No, stop.
It's shaking.
I know. I was gonna say, I said it in my head. I'm like, don't say it.
Brian's a Swifty.
God, dude. So
Brian, you,
The pin is
Dude,
blue.
I'm gonna do
the pin is blue.
Goddamn pen is blue. Oh my
Stop,
god,
dude.
that was great.
Why blue, dude?
You
It's
never
from
seen Liar, Liar?
What he's trying to say, he's trying to tell a little
The
lie.
pen in my hand
Oh.
is
red.
red.
Is red, but it's a blue pen.
And it's a blue pen.
He goes,
and then it turns on him.
Yeah.
And then it starts writing all over him. And then he comes up and he has like blue marker all over and it says blue on his forehead. And then he's like, the pen is blue.
Yeah.
The pen is blue.
He even goes to try even say a word. He goes, royal blue.
So I
love that
feel
movie.
like people are forgetting this because yes, it's great to be nominated for something,
Sure.
right?
It is.
But when you look at the list of nominations and lead
There was a
actress
lot of
and,
really good movies.
and best director,
A lot of
they're
movies.
not going to win.
Yeah.
And this is not to like shame him or anything because Margot Robbie was really great in Barbie and Greta Gerwig came out with like a movie that no one had belief in except
Yeah.
a couple people
Yeah,
and it was a
went in
banger
with low expectations.
and it was a freaking banger.
And we walked out having a good time.
But
Yeah.
best director goes to Christopher Nolan and lead actress is going to go to Lily something Moon, I forget, from Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
going straight to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diversity.
Lily Gladwell.
And it's rough. It really is rough because Barbie came out and was, but it's the same thing as like,
Well, didn't Margot Robbie got a nomination for Wolf of Wall Street?
yeah, she
Yes.
did.
Okay, so she doesn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
but I've
She's
also
got-
seen
she's
this
got a
argument.
nomination.
So we're not going to nominate and recognize the women in Barbie. Well, didn't America Ferrera get nominated for Best
Yeah.
Supporting
Yeah,
Actress?
she did.
So then,
you know, plus, you know.
And
plus-
what about Leo? What about Leo?
He already got an Oscar.
I know, but for years he was snubbed.
Oh, yeah,
that's
he
what
was.
That's what I was
So what's
He
the
saying.
got, he got it
difference?
for the wrong movie.
I
He got it for the wrong movie.
Just because he got attacked by a bear. Like, you
I'm
can't
just-
fake that.
Listen.
Like,
Yeah, Leo.
Leo
got an
people say
Oscar?
they should have been nominated for Great Gatsby?
yes.
Right?
In all fairness, Leonardo DiCaprio
Wait,
got an Oscar.
yes, because what was he competing against in Great? Who was Great Gatsby competing against that year?
I forget.
He got snubbed on that one.
No, but he also
Not
got
snubbed. He was on the
No,
list,
but he also got snubbed for Django Unchained.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's
He got,
right.
he got
That's
snubbed for
right.
Django.
Yeah.
Justice
was
for
that,
Leo,
was that
dude.
for supporting actor? Or?
That was supporting
Wait,
actor.
do we really want to say Justice for Leo? Because his whole thing with dating really, really younger women.
I mean, they're
legal.
not underage.
They're
though, right?
legal.
Yeah.
Was he on the list?
No,
No, he wasn't on that.
he doesn't need the island.
The island comes to him when it's.
Time out. Time out. Time out. Go to the room. Your timeout.
Yes,
Time out.
it's Leo.
Time out. Go to your room.
Leo walks up to a girl and goes, "You want to see my boat?
Goes to international waters.
You want to see my boat?"
I've never wanted to chuck a chair more at Nick for that joke. That was
That was a good
a
one.
funny joke.
Oh god, that's but I mean, that's the thing too, is that it's like you said, it's hard to compete with already the stack of people that are already in the nominations.
I'm
If
just
you
saying,
recognize the movie.
but every year there are snubs where people go like, "Dang, that should have been nominated." Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Barbie, is it really one of those though?
I think Barbie's a good movie. I don't think it's the best movie of the
No.
year.
No, it snuck in, and it was like, oh crap, Barbie was actually pretty good.
You know what? If it gets if it gets an Oscar for set design and
I think it gets. It didn't go for costuming. I think it went for production.
for
Good.
production, boom,
Good.
that
No,
it
yeah.
totally deserves it for that.
Can you look up the list?
Or cinematography. I love
Is
the
it
cinematography. in it.
Oscars?
If you look up the Oscar nominations 2024, the Academy has a full list of them there. While you look that up, Godzilla -1 is nominated for Best Visual Effects alongside Napoleon Guardians 3 and The Creator.
I swear to God, I
Here's
thought you
the
were going
thing.
to say Napoleon Dynamite.
No.
I really did.
Here's the thing. If Godzilla -1 wins it, as much as I love it, it doesn't win it. The Creator looks so much better.
The Creator was a nicer movie. It's a cool movie.
No. Godzilla -1 is a better movie.
No. But I'm just saying in general, it's
looks
a really pretty
It looks
movie.
better.
It's a really pretty movie.
The Creator.
Yeah.
So you and I are agreeing.
I totally agree.
We've unified
Yes.
sides.
Yes, it feels gross.
It feels
It
wrong.
feels so wrong.
I don't like it.
I need a shower.
We need to start a war.
Yeah.
Just go to the link that has the Academy.
No, I was gonna say I just have to go like
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
the
who's-
nominations are there.
Yeah, for lead actress.
for lead actress.
Yeah.
So it should be in the very front.
Actress Emma Stone, Lily Gladstone, Annette Bening, Carrie Mulligan, and Sandra Hüller.
Yeah, Lily takes that one. And then best director, Christopher Nolan. We don't even see the list. See production, because Barbie's in there, I think.
Production.
Production, it's not called set design. It's called something else.
Animated feature, original song.
Supporting actress. It's not visual effects.
Short screenplay, original score.
Anyway,
Costume design,
is-
cinematography. Hold on. I think I'm hitting there. Best sound,
Production-
makeup and hairstyle. Oh,
it might be in production design.
Napoleon, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and Killer of the Flower.
I'm not gonna lie. If I think we have another Barbenheimer situation going.
Between production design.
I feel that Barbie's gonna win in production design.
Yeah.
You want to say you want to bet that it's going to be either Killers of the Flower Moon or Napoleon?
For production.
For
Oh, you know what? I haven't seen Napoleon, but I forgot that.
Yeah,
was,
It's Ridley Scott.
It's Ridley
It's
Scott.
Ridley Scott.
Dude, Gladiator. It's like Gladiator Part 2. I know that actually.
Do we do a table? Should we do a table?
For what?
Like our predictions? Next
I'm
week?
down.
And see
I
who
am-
gets the most right?
I am down. But I feel like we need to write them down, put them in envelopes,
Okay.
and then like show that we have them in envelopes, then put them away.
Okay, I'm down
And
for
then that way, when the results come out, we can then go like, who did you think?
Who'd you- Down for that one.
Because that sounds hilarious.
I vote for the Creator. You're like, psych, I did -1 and 1. All right, we got to move on to the next topic. I got 2 more pieces of news. One of them is going to go into the next piece of kind of major topic that we're going to talk about towards the end. But on smaller news, a classic Yu-Gi-Oh card only seen in the anime will be printed for the first time ever.
Magical illusionist.
The Eye of Illusion
Yeah.
will release in the set called Maze of Millennia
Why does that
that
sound
already released
familiar?
January
It's
19th.
what Pegasus uses
Again, to take control of the Dark
to
Magician.
take control over.
It's literally in the
Oh.
second episode when Yugi fights Pegasus in the TV monitor.
Oh, okay.
And then,
I have
and then,
illusion, Yu-Gi
and
Boy.
then never seen again.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's basically change of heart.
Basically. But it's in this new set, so there we go. And the last
want
piece of news, I feel like we can talk about this now. If we get to Pal World, we'll talk about Pal World in a bit, because sure, why not? WWE makes a historic $5 billion deal with Netflix so that they can stream everything on there for the next 10 years. What?
I thought you were going a totally different way. I thought you were going to talk about the McMahon stuff.
Oh, we'll talk about that
yeah,
later.
sure, why not? But
I was like WWE. I was like, all right, let's get
$5
McMahon.
billion hush
first the
deal.
trees, now we're talking Vince McMahon.
Yeah, $5 million and poop.
WWE's Raw will now stream exclusively on Netflix beginning in the year 2025 and will be home to all of the WWE content that is currently out there, including the newer stuff that include specials, pay-per-views, documentaries, and reruns of
thought it was-
SmackDown and
So-
NXT.
You know what's interesting?
I did research. Sorry, I did research on this. So basically, I know how some people are like, "What about Peacock?" It's still gonna be on Peacock in the U.S.
Mhm.
That deal basically
Helps
inclines to people internationally,
Yes.
Canada, New Zealand, England. Apparently,
Peacock
doesn't go that far
So
out.
is Peacock still going to have the pay-per-views?
Yeah, Peacock's still going to do pay-per-views because they have a long contract with WWE anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They're
Now,
not going to ruin that.
moving
Because
on
I was
to-
like, yeah, that's weird. Peacock.
Yeah.
So the agreement includes an extension for another 10 years
Yeah.
after the initial 10 years is done,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
Netflix can opt out of this deal after 5 if they feel like they aren't making their money's worth.
Yeah.
I feel like they would.
Including all of this is SmackDown will air on USA, which originally was airing on Fox, and
Yeah.
NXT will move to the CW.
Mhm.
Don't know why, it's a dead channel. It's a dead network, so you know.
Well, I mean,
Is it going to be on CW Seed?
you still the
Imagine
the
online. Gross.
the WWE still makes its money if it's on public television.
Yes,
So it needs to be on public television.
one of them.
One of the
brands.
shows. That's a thing.
Yeah, which will kind of be interesting because
It makes me think of what they're going to do next year after WrestleMania. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is because you have it was originally Roman Reigns is on SmackDown, which is aired on Fox.
Mhm.
And he's like a premium superstar.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So, and I'm thinking,
Premium
okay,
superstar that shows up once every month.
that's true, but still, he makes a reaction. That's the thing.
Roman Reigns is set to make an appearance next week on SmackDown.
Ratings go up. That's
And
the
then
thing.
Paul
Ratings
Heyman
go
walks
up.
out and goes like, Roman Reigns is not in the building.
Hey, speaking of which, who was the Oompa Loompa next to him?
Who?
Paul Heyman?
Is that his name? The
Oh,
Oompa
because
Loompa?
Roman Reigns,
Iago?
Yeah.
the guy in the suit.
The Oompa Loompa, yeah.
That's Paul Heyman. Yeah.
Oh, no. I have this running joke where Roman Reigns is Jafar and Paul Heyman is Iago
Iago?
because he's
Yeah.
always like, I acknowledge you, my tribal chief.
Yeah.
I acknowledge. And he spits out
he's
everything.
really like leaning into that character.
God,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude, he was like creep. He was like, I'm gonna make out with this dude.
Yeah.
Like staring at him during Royal Rumble.
Oh, do you
Like I was watching it and I was like, that man wants to kiss him.
So you haven't seen it when oh no, you did. You should have seen it in the Royal Rumble when LA Knight was like about to like basically go to town on Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman was just like,
No, he watched.
have mercy on him.
He watched
Humanity.
when he got there. The men's Royal Rumble was about to start.
Oh, so there's a part where he's just begging for humanity to be
Yeah.
shown, and I'm just like, bro, what do you think you're on?
Yeah.
It's freaking, this is not Teletubbies, bro.
And you see him with his like knee pads, and he's just like, all right, let's go, High Chief.
Let's go.
I acknowledge you, my tribal chief.
Tribal Chief.
It's been shouted by the head of the table.
Speaking about head of the table,
Yes.
so The Rock finally reveals what he meant when he said where
yes.
he wants to sit at the
I love
head
that
of the
part.
table.
That was funny.
So TKO also announces, and if you guys are
I
not
think you turned it
familiar,
off.
TKO is basically the overhead
Yeah.
company that
Hello.
sees everything from UFC to WWE.
Yes.
It's basically the brand that represents both factions since they were bought out.
Mhm.
They announced that Dwayne The Rock, officially Johnson,
Yes, he
will
owns his
join.
name now.
Yes, will join its board of directors and
That's
provide
his
promotions,
He can do whatever he wants with that name.
licensing,
Yeah.
and other services to the company. As part of the agreement, Dwayne now has full ownership of the trademark name The Rock.
Really?
Yes.
So really quick, this just made me remember something because two things. Now think of it this way: when Dwayne Johnson wants to run for president, he can have it. And when he runs for president, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or The Rock, the president.
Can you imagine The Rock going up and going
I
just
want
like,
him to be the heel. I want him to come out
Yeah.
and just come into like debates and just like be in like just half naked. I want the 90s
He's
Rock.
all sweaty.
He's
and
all
just,
sweaty and
yeah.
baby oiled.
Yeah.
And he has
It doesn't matter what you think about
taxes.
taxes. Okay,
All right,
and then
tell me, Kamala. Tell me what you think.
I
It
didn't.
doesn't matter what you have.
So, and then I learned about this
want
about
it, yes.
the former wrestler known as Kane,
Mhm.
the Red Machine. He is a full blown mayor. He is a mayor at a town,
Is he really?
but he's a full blown Trump supporter.
Good for him.
Isn't
Full-blown.
Kane? Isn't Kane in AEW right now?
No, he's a mayor at his town,
That's what he's doing now.
and he's supporting Trump. In
What am
every
I
step
thinking?
of the
Oh,
way.
what is it? Sting is in AEW, or
Yes.
what's his name? Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
Kane, the big red machine.
Yeah.
You took that name too literal.
Kane's on the list. It's on the list. Time to get him. Time to get him. I think that would be. Oh my God,
Could
we're
you
turning
imagine-
into Idiocracy.
Can you
Where the
imagine?
rock, where the
if-
rock, where
yeah.
like it's because in the movie
Mhm.
he's a professional wrestler.
Oh my God.
The president is a professional wrestler.
Yep. Could you imagine if Kane started running for president?
office?
And The Rock.
Kane and
And
the
then The
Rock
Rock?
going at it? Yeah.
And the way that we vote is through them wrestling.
Yes. That's how the
It's a
The
cage
title
match.
is the
It's-
seat of presidency.
yes.
Dude, I need a double cage match where they need to like climb through
Elimination
it.
Chamber. Dude, Elimination Chamber is the debates.
First to get to the belt.
The Royal Rumble is where we decide the candidates for every party.
Yeah.
The Elimination Chamber are
You know
the
what?
actual debate. WrestleMania, the election.
You have the Democratic
Backlash?
Royal Rumble. Then you got the Republican Royal
We
Rumble.
bring backlash
Uh-huh.
when they're trying to what's it called when they're trying to impeach the president.
Could you
Listen,
imagine
in all
Trump?
fairness, Donald Trump is a Hall of Famer. In
He is a
WWE.
WWE Hall of Famer.
I know.
We have already had a WWE Hall of Famer as
This is the
president.
second time we went politics into this episode.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, we have to call this episode "Keeping Up with the Politics."
Keeping Up with the
Yeah,
Sorry.
because we. Yeah.
I don't know what got into me
I
today.
know.
Okay,
but it's
one last
funny, though.
bit. One last bit before we talk about anything else WWE, but technically this is still WWE.
Yeah.
John Cena has made it official that he will not be retiring at 50. He's giving another 3 years. Can you stop playing with the mic?
I'm not.
Why are
I have to
you so
probably-
excited,
I have to probably
dude?
tighten everything.
No, he's falling. Stop. There. Actually, I saw that he was on a podcast recently.
John Cena
John Cena. He
on
was
Logan Paul's podcast.
Yeah.
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 I thought it was interesting that he was
Passive.
talking about it, and because Logan Paul asked him, "Do you think that when he came out to say he wants to be at like the top, at the height, seat at the table, do you think it was written on his hand?"
Yeah, because that was the thing. He
That was-
he called him out, John Cena.
Oh, I
John
saw
Cena
that
called
clip, yeah.
Because John Cena called him out, and then John Cena goes, "No, definitely not. Because for one thing, The Rock never makes the same mistake twice. Two, also, I should have never done that.
Yeah.
As a professional, I should have never done that. And because I saw it, I should have, as a professional performer, gone up to him and said, 'Hey, erase it, or take it off.' Because if you go out there with it, I'm going to use it."
Yeah.
So that way, at least he had that opportunity to erase it.
That's the thing that you, as people within the industry and you're supposed to help each other out. You're supposed
Yeah.
to build each other up.
Yeah.
Even if you're going against each other,
Even if you have beef.
know. Yeah, even if you have beef, you're just building each other up.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, that's kind of how that
So
chemistry.
he even said too. He goes, "I was young and I was selfish, and he goes, if I can go back, I would redo it."
Well,
And I
that's the
wouldn't
thing
do it.
is that they weren't communicating a lot. That's the thing. It was mostly through Twitter.
Yeah.
Both of them. They were just communicating through Twitter, and it wasn't even indirectly. They were just calling each other out on
Mhm.
tweets. That's the thing too. So
Yeah.
there wasn't no communication, so it happens.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
but
You
that,
make mistakes, but you learn.
but that was something he said. He
He
goes,
regrets.
he goes, "I would never do that as a professional."
Mhm.
And not only that, but also as somebody who is doing what he was doing at the time of making movies, making TV
Yeah.
shows, also wrestling and doing everything like that.
He knows the
having a full
scheduling, yeah.
having a full load,
Yeah.
and then coming in and then going. He goes. He probably had like an 18-hour day,
Yeah.
and then came in and then they gave him a storyline, and he had like 9 other things on his
He
mind.
didn't have time to-
He didn't have time to
First,
memorize it, and he wrote it on his hand. He wrote the bullet points on his hand.
Yeah.
He goes, now as a professional, as somebody, he goes, now as a seasoned veteran, and knowing what I know and knowing what his schedule probably was, because now I live it. I feel like I did a disservice to him. I shouldn't have done that,
Yeah.
which I thought was interesting. I thought it was for
I
a
haven't
Logan
listened to
Paul podcast, because he kept on pushing it, going like, "Nah, man, like the views," and he was like, "No, dude, like be a professional, like
Mhm.
don't be a dick."
Yeah. Don't just
John
worry
Cena was
about.
telling that to Logan Paul.
He was
Yeah.
telling that to Logan Paul, like he was
Because
like,
Logan
"No."
Paul is still young. He still wants to make those moments where are very clickable.
Oh well, yeah, that's
He's
his
still
whole
off
show.
of that mentality.
That's
the thing.
because that's how he makes his money.
Yeah.
Is he's still? I mean, we know his demographic is still kids.
Yeah.
Kids that are easily influenced by like, John Cena's on there. Let me
Yeah.
click on the show, and that's
Yeah.
it. I'll probably give that a watch. I mean,
You can just clip it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I watched a clip. That's
That
why
was it.
I didn't finish the whole thing. I just watched a clip.
if I have to pay for it, I'm not paying for it.
I saw it on TikTok. It's fine. Just flip through
Oh, on
TikTok. You'll find it.
TikTok.
Want me to find it for you? I'll
Yeah,
find it for
please.
you and I'll put it in the chat.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate you, Nick.
No problem.
Let's talk about you know what? Can we skip Power World? Can we just
No, I want to talk about slavery,
In Power World?
dude.
do? Thank
that's
you. I was
basically
gonna
what
say.
it is.
I was gonna say.
That's basically what it is.
We
Pokemon
we might not
slavery?
have the time.
Okay, I'll go through it really quick. It's
Pokemon slavery.
We were just talking about WWE.
in all fairness, it's not Pokemon. It's Ark. There's a game called Ark because it's like a survival.
Yeah,
Like
It
it's
looks like Pokemon.
it's kind of like Rust. Like it's a survival game, and then you go around and then you enslave monsters.
Do you like it?
to do your bidding? I do.
Really?
I have a lot of fun with it.
That's great. Nick likes slavery. Okay, moving on.
Especially seeing as now you can actually capture humans and make them do your bidding. And then like a little thing pops up and it says like, this is frowned upon in the world of pals. And then you were like,
slowly getting the color that Nick belongs
It's
in when it comes to politics.
red?
No, because didn't Democrats own slaves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're a Democrat.
No.
You're also wearing a red shirt.
But I have all the colors of the rainbow on.
That's not the colors of the rainbow. I feel like we should take you back to art class.
It's comprised of all the colors in the rainbow.
That is not
They're
the
all in there
colors
somewhere.
of the rainbow. I needed
Technically, he's wearing black, so he does have all the colors. of the
Ah, my hero.
First off, black is the absence of. Oh no, it's the absolute of color.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's what
white
I'm saying.
is the absence of color.
rainbow.
Are you okay?
No, that hadito is starting to kick in.
Is the 5% that was in there?
No, I mean I
Yeah.
also had
It's
an
probably
empty
the
stomach.
sugar, too. Yeah.
Nick, if we got time, we'll
tired.
talk about Power World in the end, okay?
All right,
But we
well,
got to talk about WWE.
If not, we'll talk
stuff.
about it next
I
time.
want to talk about slavery.
Stop. Let's talk about Vince McMahon for a second.
Can we talk about the fact that I have like 30 slaves working the field?
Can we stop using that language, please, for the love of God?
Do you really? Like, in the game?
Like in the game?
No,
yeah.
you meant in
Yeah.
real life.
No,
Oh, I
yeah.
know that. You know, 'cause it's frowned upon. But it's like...
It's frowned upon.
Yeah.
But
It's so,
It's
no,
frowned
it was,
upon, I
it
guess,
was,
you know?
it was so funny because we were playing the game.
Yeah.
One of my buddies was listening to us on Discord,
was it?
talking to it.
Who was it?
Huh?
Andrew?
No.
Oh.
Anyway, it was another one of my friends.
Who?
Don't worry about it. So it was another one of my friends, and he was because Lewis is playing with us as
It
well.
was Lewis.
And so no, it wasn't Lewis, but there was another person
Are
who,
you trying to protect
as he
your
was,
friends, huh?
because
Why are you
that's what you
protecting
do. Because that's what you're supposed to do.
For what? Crimes?
Yes. So anyway, so he's
listening
listening
to the
to
show,
us.
aren't they?
No, but he's listening to us. He's listening to us play, and like one of the guys is like, "Oh, why do they keep on going into the sauna? These mothers need to start working again. I'm out of stone."
That sounds like an Andrew thing.
And then it was so funny because one of the guys is listening to us play, and he's like, "My God, you guys are like real slave drivers." He plays for 5 minutes, and he gets over there, and he's like, "Oh, why aren't you working? Get back to work." And we were like, "Wow, the shoe really changed, didn't it?"
That sounds like an Andrew thing.
Do you know that there's
What?
an actual like podium that you can stand on and then direct them, so you can actually say work harder.
Put your
Don't
hand down.
stop
Put your hand down.
What?
Don't, no, stop. Put it down.
It's not completely out.
I don't. You went like that's what I saw you do for a second. You're just like no, because he did. You went
It's
like
completely out. You're just like a couple inches up.
Listen, it's a rocket ship.
Oh, there you go. That's it.
It's fun though. It's a fun game. Also, I totally get it. But I do get it though.
It's like
That's how Bryan falls asleep. He has to be up in order for him
Good
to go to
night.
sleep.
stop.
When
I
Andy,
know. I was just gonna say, Andy's going, "Good night, babe. Good night."
night. It's like a mailbox.
In one episode.
It's like a
In
mailbox.
one episode, we try to get the attention of Whittier City Council, and in the same episode,
Yeah, they're definitely. They
Yeah,
shouldn't
no.
watch this episode.
it's too late.
Did you turn it off again?
Stop messing with the mic.
I'm not messing with it.
Speaking about Vince McMahon,
Especially with messing with the mic.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, really shit the bed on that one.
I got you.
So anyway,
Yeah.
Vince McMahon, it comes out, did hush payments
Yeah.
to a former.
They're not hush payments.
It was
They're
hush
more
payment.
than hush payments.
Yeah. So anyway, it was
like
what, $5 million?
No, it was like $3 million.
Was it $3?
for one girl?
Yeah, it was $3 million. Well, yeah, this is the first one.
Yeah.
If you did it once, you did it another time.
Yeah, he got away. He
Yeah.
thought he was gonna get away with it.
Yeah. So anyway, it was hush payments to a girl for $3 million, and it was the fact that she was a former employee who came back and wanted to work for Vince McMahon,
Yeah.
and then he said that he would hire her back because if she did sexual favors
Mhm.
for him, and
Not only him,
him and other executives in the organization.
and apparently WWE superstars
Yes.
as well. Too.
One as of right now, and one executive was named
Yeah.
Yes.
in the lawsuit.
Yes.
So, why are we mentioning this? You guys can read the reports in the lawsuits online. It's all public information.
He made a poopy.
Basically, he did a lot of bad stuff, and as of last week on Thursday, I think it was,
Yeah.
he has officially
Yeah, it
resigned.
was right before Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah.
Was he
He
resigned or I thought
No,
I
he
thought
himself resigned. He stepped down from the board of directors.
I thought
He
he was-
officially
I
made
thought
a
he-
statement that he was resigning from TKO.
and his
okay.
statement was, "I didn't do it. All lies.
Yeah.
We all know you did it. He's a scumbag."
Yeah, he's a monster, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
Vince.
god! I mean, it's all there. That's the thing. If you look back at all his stuff when he was in the highest of power in control of WWE, one of the stories he wanted to do with his own daughter
Was that he
was
impregnated her?
that he got her pregnant, and it was going to be like a love affair story arc.
Mhm.
And then Stephanie turned it down. She goes, "No, I'm not doing that. That's
And then,
weird."
and then he goes, "All right, cool. We can do it with your brother."
with your blood brother, and she's like, "No, we're not doing that." She goes, "That's weird."
So there's a lot of problems with Vince McMahon.
Mhm.
This is just coming to light, and the fact that he's out is good. But we've known about his problems in terms of what he's been trying to do for WWE
Yeah,
for quite some time already.
Vince
and this
is a
power
monster.
struggle, he is.
he is.
And the power struggle between him and Triple H has been very public over the last couple of years
it
as
has.
well.
Yeah.
And I think the Royal Rumble is a good example of what Triple H has basically done for the company. I'm just going to say this. I
Triple
get
H is
it.
still married to his daughter, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
They're still there. Yeah, they're still very much married and stuff like that.
So, in terms of what Vince has done, it's good that he's stepping away
Yeah.
because the last thing that you want to do is tarnish what the WWE has done. And I
Yeah.
feel like, because I don't know if you saw the press conference
Mhm.
afterwards as well.
Yeah.
I think they asked Triple H and Cody Rhodes
Yeah.
about the
What's
like
going
if they
on?
known,
Mhm.
and they said we all found out in real time, just like you guys
Yeah.
did. This is all news to us.
Mhm.
Granted, there's still a lot of stuff that they have to look into.
Yeah.
Maybe more names are gonna drop. We might not know. For now, it looks like
Cody
mostly-
Rhodes.
Oh my god!
Don't.
Don't say that.
I mean,
The
technically
Roadster.
no, because in that timeline he was in AEW still.
Oh, that's true.
It's okay. It's
He was doing. He's building his own company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
hmm
Mhm.
So not there.
He's out. CM Punk.
Oh, I won't be shocked about that.
Oh,
He's gone. CM Punk's gone for the year.
Gunther.
You're just
You
naming
just
off
had a
guys you saw at
kid,
the
I
Royal
know.
Rumble.
Ubas.
Ubas.
Dude, I can take Umas down, dude.
He said that big 7-foot dude. He says he could take him down.
I can take him, dude.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're so dumb.
But
He would
it's-
flatten you.
It's very. I mean, I've told people too. Even when Vince McMahon passes away, I'm not gonna be sad over it.
I don't think anyone would be because of just.
I'm
the-
sure his family would.
I mean, yes, to an extent.
But after
but
what he's done,
That's
I
the
don't
thing.
think-
He's not even fully divorced from his own wife right now
Yeah.
because in that divorce, she would have to get 50% of everything.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to do that.
No.
So right now they're just like, they're
working on it.
they're not working on it, or it's like it's a more
pays
technical
her.
term.
They're
like
just separated.
they're separated.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, I want to focus more on the achievements of what WWE has done over the
Oh,
last couple of
yes.
months rather than what Vince McMahon has done. Because in reality is we can talk about all the bad thing he's done, but it's all public information.
Yeah.
And granted, we were not there to witness anything. We can't speak for, the people that are suing him. We have no relation to that.
Yeah.
All we know is that Vince McMahon is a terrible, terrible, terrible POS. And,
you
you know,
can't get
And-
his shit together.
And he made
yeah,
a poopy
we get it. Why do you like to focus on that, dude?
because it's the weirdest part.
I know.
That's the weirdest part, not the fact
Well,
that he
rich-
freaking.
No, no,
rich
no.
people are always weird. Though.
Listen, no matter what, okay, Yeah, he did.
How about
he
say
did
the
some
whole
stuff.
thing is weird?
The whole thing is weird,
The
but
whole-
that's the weirder part. That is the weirder part.
Sure.
The weird thing about it is the weird part.
Have you read the actual lawsuit?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because yeah,
it's
it
the
is-
weirder part.
It. Have you read the lawsuit?
Where he like squatted on her and then he did his business and then walked into the other room and then told her to finish and then like keep on doing it as it dripped through her eyes as he went to the shower.
Yeah.
That's a weird part.
I didn't want you to explain it, but yeah, that's.
I mean, listeners.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I mean, they can read this stuff
But
themselves.
they want to know what happened.
If they're listening to a podcast, I
They wanna know what happened.
Read
I just don't want
Yeah.
to. I read it
Yeah.
and I was just like, "This is gross." I don't know why I'm reading it. It's disgusting.
That's what he did. That's the fact.
I know he did.
One
okay,
of the
can we
worst
focus
things.
on the good stuff?
What good stuff?
Not on the lawsuit.
Okay, but one last thing is one of the terrible things that was told to her when she said no. One of the WWE superstars that was involved says no means yes. He said to her face.
Yes.
Which was
Now
terrible.
the superstar in question right now.
That's a saying in Harvard.
You want
no.
to keep going?
Yeah,
Like,
You wanna- you wanna keep
It's
the
a
big
saying.
going?
No, it
Yeah.
is a saying in Harvard.
Oh, it is?
There's a number of fraternities that have no means yes, yes means anal.
What the heck?
That is a fraternity. That is a lot of
I-
fraternities in Harvard and also in a couple others.
Don't you ever think that maybe we should pick Nick's brain, see how much knowledge we can actually find out of it? Or are you scared?
I think that would be a good weekend. A lot of alcohol.
What about? Yeah, sure. Why not?
You ever, you
No.
ever seen Dreamcatcher?
No. Can we
You know,
talk?
I just saw a YouTube channel just react to that.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Where it's just
The
like
Royal Rumble was
Royal
this
Rumbus.
last
I kept calling
week,
it on
Vince-
Saturday.
and
Vince McMahon was there
in spirit.
in spirit.
I don't think he was there in spirit.
In the
Otherwise,
stalls.
Slim Jim
Yeah.
wasn't going to sponsor it.
The only
Yeah, they did. They sponsored it.
I know, but
Yeah.
if he was there in spirit, I don't think Slim Jim
Oh,
would have
that's true.
sponsored
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they dropped
That
out. of
logo
it.
was all over the Fatal 4-Way match.
I was just scared that the Slim Jim car wasn't going to be there.
I thought with the way Vince McMahon's been acting, I thought Rikishi was going to show up.
2024 Royal Rumble.
So, 2024 Royal Rumble highlights.
I know
Women's
West is.
Royal Rumble overshadows the men's.
Up until the end. The end of the final four of the last men's Royal Rumble was like the sweatiest match I've ever seen.
Yes.
When Andy posted the picture of you going like this, watching CM Punk and Cody go at it, I was like, "Oh man, it looked like you were just watching soccer all over again."
It was funny
Because look, the right person won.
we were
Yeah.
watching it with Junior.
Yeah.
It was so funny to see CM Punk, and then he looks up at the
Oh, yeah.
at the sign.
Yeah, and Super Junior's like,
And
"He lost."
And he looks up at the sign and he points at it.
Yeah.
And then immediately Junior goes, "Well, he lost." Like, and everybody was like, "What?" He goes like, "He looked at the sign. He's done." And then all
But
of a
we
sudden he
trumped
goes,
that. We trumped that because Bailey did the same thing.
Yeah, she won. But still, I guess I don't know, maybe in the rules of the men's Royal Rumble.
"Listen."
Or maybe he just didn't want to admit the fact that CM Punk isn't WrestleMania worthy.
Arguments. Debates.
The dude has a torn tricep.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He's older now. I kept telling him. I told Junior this before when CM Punk made his appearance at Survivor Series. I go, he's older now. He's gonna get injured a little bit more now. And
He was
stuff like that.
red.
He was
He was
tired.
so red and tired.
could tell, man.
He's not as physically up to it.
Yeah.
Like you can.
And he's supposed to go up against Seth Rollins in a main event at WrestleMania. That's
One
supposed
stop, concussion. It's over for him.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that dude took 2 Cody Cutters
Mm-hmm.
and a disaster kick. I think.
Yeah. And he did. Well, no, he did it. He also did a crossroads on him as well too.
Oh, that's right.
But what took him was he randomly just threw him over. That's the thing.
yeah.
But Cody got like that 10% of extra energy and just went.
Look,
"Bah!"
Yeah, because he made fun of his dead.
Look, I don't understand the appeal to CM Punk. I get it. If people are hyped about him
Mhm.
because he's like classic,
Uh-huh.
he hasn't been in the company for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
That's great. Be excited for it. But then to be disappointed and then to say like, Cody Rhodes doesn't deserve to win the Royal Rumble. It's like, well, then what's your point? He didn't finish his story.
Yeah. He needs
CM
to
Punk
finish
is
the
not
story.
WrestleMania. He's not.
He's just been back for like 4 months.
He
or
hasn't
3
wrestled on
months.
TV.
Yeah.
He
that's
did
the
one
thing.
match against Dominic.
Yeah, that was an untelevised match, and even then, I was looking at the like highlights of that match. He wasn't moving as fast as he used to be.
No.
That's the thing.
I mean, if he's gonna be there to be a catalyst to like, you know, encourage people to like fight him, sure. I mean, that's what happened on tonight's Raw. He was basically arguing against Drew McIntyre. It's great. That's fine. I get that. But the women's on as a whole, I think, was a better Royal Rumble match than the men. And I do agree with you. The last
better,
4 for the men is better.
It was the women's Royal Rumble was better laid out and
Yes.
better planned out.
You
could
had
tell.
Naomi coming back as number 2. You had Liv Morgan coming back as 30.
Number 30 was
You
great.
had oh my god, what's her name? She was signed up a couple months ago.
Oh, AEW superstar?
yes,
Jade?
Jade
Yeah.
Jade
She
Cadwell.
she finally made her WWE appearance.
Bad freaking ass. And the
Yes.
fact that she lifted up Nia Jax and tossed her out, great moment.
Mhm.
Who else was on there that was a surprise to me? Oh, and then the Bailey and Damage Control storyline,
Yeah.
like it's already heating up.
That's the thing, and never have I felt a more satisfying Royal Rumble win than Bailey winning the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Because she's very much well deserved. She hasn't been champion in quite some time. She was carrying the show during the pandemic.
She was that's when she became Grand Slam.
Yeah, she was a Grand Slam champion at that point, and she was a SmackDown's Women's Champion. So she carried that title for quite some time, like over 500 days.
Yeah.
So I think she deserves another title shot. She's very much paid her dues and well over that as well too. So
The who was the other special guest from TNA?
it was the Women's TNA champion.
Forget her name.
I forgot her name too, but she actually got signed on to be part of WWE as well too recently.
Yeah.
That got announced.
She can go back and forth between both companies.
She
which
has
is
an
really
open
great.
contract.
It's interesting to see her and Jade kind of embrace before they started kicking each other's ass.
Yeah.
But I do love the setup they had with her and Bianca Belair.
Yes.
That was really cool.
That was great.
I just really like the dude that looked like he was confused.
Oh, R-Truth. I knew you were gonna like R-Truth.
Oh.
I loved Archer.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Dude, he was
It
so
was
great.
so hilarious because
So great.
he just looked so
he
confused.
comes in, throws in JD McDonough, and then JD McDonough gets thrown out.
Oh, you
immediately.
didn't see when he entered the Women's Royal Rumble, did you?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
He interrupts the Women's Royal Rumble
Yeah.
thinking it's the men.
Yeah.
And then he looks at what's the general manager for Raw? What's his name?
Adam Pierce.
Adam Pierce. He
Yeah.
looks at Adam Pierce because on SmackDown it was Nick who gives him the number.
Mhm.
I'd get an R-Truth shirt.
yeah.
It's great. Oh, get the one that says the Three Amigos, which is Tom and Nick.
Yeah.
That sounds hilarious.
It's supposed to be Dominic, and he keeps thinking that Dominic
and
is two
Nick.
people. Like he just
So,
calls him Tom and Nick.
In the
He's-
Women's Royal Rumble, he looks at Adam, who's like escorting him out, and he's just like, "What happened to your hair?" Because he can't tell the difference between the two general managers. It's a great moment. R-Truth is great, dude.
I just thought it was really funny where he was then going up against his two
Teammates.
teammates, and then like ever so often like one would try to attack the other, and he'd like pull him aside and go, "No, what are you doing?" And then like he didn't know who to help. Like
He comes into
was-
the Royal Rumble thinking it's a tag team match.
Yeah. He goes up to Dominic. He's
He
like,
goes like,
"God."
give me your hand," and he's like, "Oh, get in here."
I don't think that was scripted because Dominic, you could tell, kind of broke a little bit. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, it makes no sense.
It makes no sense. You're at Royal Rumble, and he's just like, "Oh, tag me in."
Oh my god!
It was so funny.
You only watched the men's Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah.
I got there, I think around 10.
10.
when I
Okay.
had gotten there.
This is what happens in the women's.
Are you showing him
Yeah,
the?
the women's Royal Rumble. So
What
she's
is
like-
R-Truth
he just-
doing here?
It's just the way he's like, what's going on?
He's just
He's
confused.
like, time out. He's like, where are the guys?
Where are the guys? That's awesome.
R-Truth is a
Quickly
treasure
going
to
through
WWE.
before we
Yeah,
talk about the
I love
men,
it.
since that's
Yeah.
the one that you watched. The
love it.
American title,
Oh, the United States
the
Championship.
United States Championship.
Mhm.
That one was an interesting match. Did like the ending.
Mhm.
It was really great to see the tables turn
Yeah.
and have the face
Mhm.
be the bad guy here,
Yeah.
being accused of cheating.
Yeah.
Love the fact that after they interviewed Logan Paul at the end, he was just like, "Ooh, come at me."
Yeah, Kevin Owens really like did
Laid
not hold
out.
back.
Nope.
Yeah,
Laid
he was.
out.
You could tell too in the match. He was throwing him on the mat, and like
Really?
Logan was like, "Ah!" like he was like really like, hold on. He's like, hold on. He had to like roll out of the mat, and he was like,
There's a
He's so-
move where he looks at is it Adam Cole or Michael Cole?
Michael Cole.
Michael
What?
Cole.
So he was basically going like, "You don't belong here."
No, so there's a
No,
move
he
where
was-
he lifts Kevin up on the turnbuckle and then looks at Michael Cole and says, like, you don't think I can suplex Kevin Owens? No one can do that. Watch me do it. Kevin Owens gets up,
Mhm.
does, I forget the move, what it's called, but it's like a reverse suplex where he like goes off the turnbuckle, just slams the back of it on the mat full force.
Kevin Owens, also the man he was facing, is a wrestler that basically he's not shy of saying his opinion or how he feels. And Logan Paul is one of those people where he truly believes that, like, why is he here?
Mhm.
He's just here to build the company up. He's not a real wrestler. He shouldn't act like this is nothing.
Yeah.
And so that's what he did in the match. Basically, he showed him the realness of, oh, you wanna wrestle?
You want to be a wrestler?
Yeah, you want to be
Well,
wrestler? No.
Because rumors are is that he signed a full contract now.
He's a full-time wrestler now.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
Which
Logan Paul is
Logan
a wrestler.
Paul.
yeah,
Yes.
says he wants to not make it a hobby anymore. I'm all for it. I think that if he wants to join, great, but you got to climb those ranks hard and you got to be able to take those hits.
Yeah.
Make it interesting. Don't just be there to make the money because
I hope
Yeah.
he falls
Don't
off
think
a
it's
cage.
nothing. That's the thing.
yeah.
I hope he falls off a cage.
No, probably.
No, that's what I want. I want him to
he's-
actually
if he's gonna be a United States champion, he's gonna have some matches where he's gonna have to defend in those really
Take those
crazy
hits.
matches. Yeah.
Get hurt.
Is
That's
he, wait, he's the United States champion?
yes. He beat Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. He's actually holding a title belt.
Yeah.
So stupid.
No, it's good.
No, I mean
it's not.
I mean it helps the brand. That's the
Yeah.
thing. And
Because you want him to lose. It's
right
the re-
now,
it's a-
WWE is making money off of people that will watch pay-per-views for title matches right now because they want to see them either get beaten or change title hands.
Have you ever been to a wrestling match like in person?
I've been to a lucha.
Okay. Well, it's kind of like it's the same concept as like when they bring the table out, you just want someone to go through the table.
Mm.
It's the appeal of like you're gonna watch him lose. Everyone went into the match thinking that Kevin Owens was gonna win
I went
the
to
championship back.
It was a luchador / burlesque show.
What life do you live?
A good one.
Okay. And then
And it also had drag queens.
okay.
Oh,
I only
They
have one
sang.
thought on the Roman
was fun.
Reigns championship.
Huh?
I only have one thought on the Roman Reigns
Oh,
championship.
what?
Hated it.
The match?
I love the fact that he got beaten up.
Yeah.
Like really beaten up.
Yeah.
Want him to actually get hurt. The character, not,
I thought Randy Orton didn't put a lot into this match.
I think he actually got hurt.
Yeah.
I think he
'cause
actually did get hurt.
LA Knight and AJ were the ones kind of pulling through, and then Roman Reigns.
Because that's where the beef is at. Because
Yeah.
Randy Orton was sitting in the sidelines for most of those matches
Yeah.
where it was just them fighting. What I will say is that it gives Roman Reigns fans the opportunity to basically say, well, he technically didn't cheat in this match because LA and AJ were basically just going at it and kind of ruined it for themselves.
I mean, it was an excuse for basically Roman Reigns to kind of like sit out, let everyone duke it out, and then just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna capitalize.
Exactly.
He's the new Triple H.
He's just a less appealing Triple H.
But the
But
thing
he's-
is
he's
that
the- he's
Triple H, like,
he had putties.
that's the thing. Well, Triple H though would defend his title every month. Roman Reigns can't because his body's all scarred up from the cancer, from leukemia. I mean,
I personally just
That's the
don't like
thing.
it when someone tells me to acknowledge them. I'm just like, no, I'm not going to acknowledge you.
you're like,
Spit.
F you.
Disgusting. Hate
So,
it.
but that's the thing, and so
I don't know why. Which one? That always reminds me of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, where Trunks is talking to Vegeta, and he's just like, "Acknowledge me," and he goes, "Never," and he goes, "That's how it's going."
Men's Royal Rumble
Yeah.
was possibly, it started out pretty good. You had Jay and Jimmy and Jay Uso
That
going
was
at
such
it.
a great start.
That was a smart way to start off the Royal Rumble
Because they
that's
haven't
the thing.
spoken to each other in like months.
No, it was good. It was good. I like.
Did you watch the beginning of that?
I
No,
got it.
you-
I showed up around like 9 or 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the
you
fact
showed up, I think, like when it was like right after Cody Rhodes showed up. I
No.
think.
no, Cody Rhodes was 25
Oh,
or
was he?
his 20s. Yeah.
I
Oh,
showed.
okay.
That's why I'm saying I showed up like 10.
Oh no, Gunther was number 15.
I was
Yeah.
I was there pretty
Yeah.
like not when it started, but
Yeah.
there was only like maybe like 4 or 5 people in.
So
Oh, okay.
I think the men's Royal Rumble, you can kind of tell, was a little bit messy. The rumors are is that the women's Royal Rumble was supposed to last only 55 minutes and it
Mhm.
went over.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of had to shorten the men's Royal Rumble a little bit. but you can tell that some of those knockouts weren't really.
Knockout.
They weren't interesting
In the men's.
in the men's.
Oh yeah, because there was like Jay. If you really watch the Royal Rumble, watch the background. There was not a lot of people doing a lot of stuff. Jay was sitting out. Cody was sitting out most of the time. Look, those are the people that are going to last until the end.
Exactly.
So they kind of need to conserve their energy, and then also they can't be in the mix while everything else is happening.
Dude,
Exactly.
the Royal Rumble looked like an episode of Power Rangers. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, because
Andy actually
person-
enjoyed the Royal Rumble.
That's what I'm saying. The Royal Rumble is a fun pay-per-view.
Yeah, she was
It's a
just
fun
like, I don't.
pay-per-view
There was
match.
less talking. It was most fighting, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like the whole purpose.
I just
of
thought it was so funny because like people were running in and then like I think there was this one dude dressed up as the White Ranger and I was like,
Oh
all right,
no!
cool.
That was Ricochet as the Green Ranger.
No, Ricochet showed up as the Green Ranger,
Yeah.
but somebody else showed up and he was like in an
Andrade?
all.
No, I think it was Damien.
Yeah.
white.
Oh,
was
with the
wearing-
pink cow boots or purple cow boots?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he came in and then like he was like, yeah, and then like he jumped in and I think within like 2 minutes he got knocked out. Like he just got shoved out of the ring and I was like,
Oh
I
no,
guess
that's
he's
JD
done.
McDonough.
Oh yeah.
He got pushed in by R-Truth, then got pushed out.
Yeah.
Dominic lasted a while.
I thought R-Truth was. I thought he was like the.
Best
Like,
part.
he was
Oh,
the best
R-Truth
part.
is the best
It was so
part.
funny. I loved it. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, he's not in Judgment Day, but he thinks he's in Judgment Day."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Is that why he's in black and purple?" And he
Yeah.
goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "That's amazing."
Judgment Day.
I love it.
Live, laugh, love.
I
So
really,
you-
I love the idea of R-Truth just following around like all these people, like the Water Boy.
Yeah.
And
That's what he does. No, that's what he does. That's
Have
his
you,
bit.
if you
Yeah.
look at all their social posts, whenever it's Rhea, Priest, Dominic, or JD
yeah.
out there in like
world?
live socializing,
Yeah.
they'll post a couple photos where R-Truth is there, but he's in the background just going like,
And it's not a superimposed photo. It's actually him in the background, kind of like.
yeah.
I love the idea. I love that idea. That's so funny.
It's such a brilliant little thing, and it kind of lightens up the Judgment Day a little
Yeah.
bit because they were taking it a little too seriously. But whatever.
Yeah, I know.
They're supposed to fight today too. I don't know if they lost the
Oh,
titles.
no, yeah.
We'll see what
No,
happens.
see.
I thought he by far made that hilarious. Who was the announcer that got
Oh,
called
Pat
in?
McAfee. He
Pat
didn't know.
McAfee?
There's
Yeah,
a
so-
rumor that he didn't know he
so-
was supposed to be in there.
So I found out through Bryan that that was the when they called him out, that was supposed to be Brock Lesnar.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would make sense.
So that's why they never told him. He was telling me they never told him. They just basically did it, and that's why he was like,
What?
and he just went with it. That's the thing.
That's cool because,
Yeah.
but that would make sense though because they had like this 7-foot dude.
yeah.
That was
Umas.
it. Yeah, they had Umas.
They had
Umas,
Umas and
yeah.
roided up Hulk on there.
I
Dude,
know, Braun
it was
Breaker, dude.
so
Oh.
funny, but that would make sense because you have Umas
Yeah.
right next to Brock Lesnar. Like
Mhm.
they would stand toe to toe,
Yeah.
and that would be a pretty interesting match.
Yeah.
Like how if he wasn't told,
Yeah.
right? Let's say that this is 100%
Yeah.
true. He wasn't told. Pat McAfee did a great job improvising,
He
going
made it
like,
stretch,
all right,
yeah.
you know what? Gonna go in there, gonna
Yeah.
kick some ass.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, no.
Yeah, no,
I
I
could
could do
have,
it.
I could have.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been so funny if he would have walked up, like punched him, and then you just see like him just go, "I'm gonna throw myself out."
You know what? I'm sorry. You just
Like,
wiped it off and just
what I wanted was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Jazz upsets when he knows he's going to upset Uncle Phil,
Yeah.
and then he goes, "Should I just throw myself out?"
Yeah.
And then like, and then like he grabs himself by the shirt and he goes, "Ah!" That's what I wanted.
It was interesting to see him be called in as like a
Yeah.
number. I think it was like number 23.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I felt like a little bit of a waste at that
Mhm.
point because I kind of wanted it a little bit more. But now that I'm sitting on it, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
I
it was
enjoyed
good.
it.
It made
It was
sense for
fun.
the just for what was going on.
Yeah, exactly. Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
God dang, dude.
Yeah.
I was laughing because
I
as
can
we
take
were-
him.
As we were going through it, like they were like, "Oh, who's gonna be number 29? Who's gonna be this?" I was
Yeah.
like, Hulk Hogan.
We were
Bring
all
him
waiting
back.
for a big reveal on the men's side, but no one really showed up. That was pretty big besides CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and
Who else? There was a return of a one guy. I forgot his name. But
Wasn't
he
he
was part
the-
of TNA.
What about the dude who was holding the
Oh, Andrade.
title?
Andrade, yeah.
no, he was NXT,
NXT.
but he's moving up to Raw.
Oh, okay.
And then Braun Breaker is also NXT, moved
Mhm.
up to Raw.
Mhm.
Oh no, it's going to SmackDown, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who was 29, who was 30.
You were tripping out on that Viking Raider, dude.
The Viking dude was sick.
Yeah.
Dude,
you've never
How
seen
fast-
Ivar
you've
wresttle?
never seen him out-
I'd
yeah.
never seen him. And
Oh,
I thought
dude,
it was
wait
so
until he does a
funny.
moonsault, dude. That dude can do
Dude.
a moonsault like crazy.
No, I think he did it in the ring.
Did he
Yeah.
do it?
Yeah, he did it in the ring. Because I was like, that guy's agile as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was funny because who was the other big boy that was in the ring?
Oh, Bronson.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just thought
big
it was
Bronson
funny.
Reed.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny when they were running at each other, just bouncing off each other's bellies. It was great. I was having so much fun.
Yeah.
And then you had the Nazi. Who was the Nazi?
Ludwig.
Oh,
Kaiser
Ludwig,
Ludwig.
Kaiser Ludwig.
yeah,
Kaiser
the guy from
Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig
yeah,
Kaiser.
the small boy from The Sound of Music.
Dude, he's great, dude.
Yeah.
I love him. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the small boy from The Sound of Music, all grown up.
Have you seen him walk out with Gunther? Have you seen him walk out with Gunther?
No.
He basically, because Gunther always walks out with a jacket,
Yeah.
and then he does this really cool thing where he like takes it off and spins it, and then
Yeah.
Kaiser grabs it and then puts it behind him like this. It's so cool.
He grabs it and then spins it. Like as soon as like
Flawless.
he spins it, it's a good swift of a move. While Gunther spins his jacket off, he grabs it and spins it back and puts it behind himself. And I'm like,
It's
what
so
the
sick,
heck?
dude.
I was like-
It's sick.
Yeah.
Kofi was a disappointment. I
I
thought
thought
he was going to
Kofi-
have a magic moment. And
I
he didn't.
thought no, they didn't. They're really underutilizing Kofi, and I don't like it.
I liked Ricochet. Ricochet was fun.
Ricochet's always
He's
great.
always good. That was
Ricochet was
his
fun.
that was his return after a while. Sami Zayn coming back as number
That
30.
was number 30.
I'm
Good
kinda-
for him.
I forgot that he was gone for a while.
yeah.
So I'm happy he's back now. So
Yeah,
okay,
that's
cool.
interesting.
I really did with the way that The Rock had said he wanted to be have the seat at the table. I really thought he was gonna be 30.
So apparently that's still going on.
I really
He
did think
says-
that he was gonna be 30.
He
and
did
he
say
was
that's
gonna
something that
lose.
they're
Working on.
trying to work.
There's a
on.
one match contract that's supposedly he signed, and it's going to be against Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
We just don't know when. I think it's after he gives up the title to Cody when he like loses it. Not gives it up.
Yeah.
When he rightfully loses it because he's
So cousin versus cousin.
exactly
Yeah.
kind of like you've embarrassed the tribe. Now it's time to actually show you like final boss here, which will be great.
This is what it means. to
In
be
the
high
women's
chief.
side, I think the biggest show for me, who came out with a really great costume, even though no one knows what it is Zelina Vega.
Oh,
She came out as Mercy from Overwatch, and people are like, I don't know what it's like, dude. Come on,
I mean,
because it wasn't Yuri from Street Fighter or Vega or like
is that her? That's her gimmick. She comes out as
she's because she's a streamer too. She comes out in like different cosplay, so her hair was white and red
she
for
lasted a good
Demon
while.
Slayer.
She lasted for a good while in the Royal Rumble.
She did, which is good.
Wow.
I'm glad. I want her to be utilized more because she's a great wrestler.
Mhm.
So
She
I
a
don't know.
she's just a booby streamer. Is that what it is?
No,
she's
she's
not.
a legit
She's
gamer.
super short too. She's like 5 something
Yeah, she's
or under 5 foot, I think.
she's cool.
Yeah.
I actually like
Brian's
her.
Short girls.
No, but I feel like the Royal Rumble is great. It's a great pay per view to start the year. It's only time will tell if Elimination Chamber is going to be as good. We'll see what happens.
One more pay per view away from WrestleMania.
And then the big 4-0 when Cody takes the title.
Okay, at the very end, I was really wanting Cody Rhodes to grab the mic. The press conference thing, dumb.
No, but
It's
you know
super
what
dumb.
made that
No,
last
it's
part
dumb.
bit? No, not the
It's
press
dumb.
conference. The fact that he went and started celebrating, looked for Roman, and was like, "It's you! I'm coming!"
No,
that was dope.
That was sick, and I wanted him to grab the mic.
Yeah.
I wanted him to grab the mic and have like a whole spiel. Have it go like, "Oh, this is what I deserve. This is my time. I'm gonna take it. Whatever." I wanted that. I wanted that classic like wrestling moment in the middle of the ring.
It's kind of hard.
Instead of going outside and going like, "Oh, hi, welcome to the press. You're all not press, but hi, Diamond Dallas Page. What's up?"
It's kind of
It
hard
just-
because I can see both sides to it. Where when his music plays, the audience always goes crazy. So I could only imagine that the atmosphere at Royal Rumble when he won, the music played and the fireworks were going. You don't want to ruin that with him going like, "Shut up! Let me speak to Roman right now," because he would need to say some really great words to get the crowd riled up again. And I don't think he had it in him after wrestling for 50 minutes.
He looked tired too.
He looked real tired. You need to have some good like mental like brain.
Smelling salts.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I thought the press conference thing was lame.
They
It
always
is,
do it. They
yeah.
always
But
do
it's
it.
so dumb. It's
They
so
always do it.
The
dumb.
only time there was a good press conference, it was when Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso won the tag team titles, and they did the press conference. They came back schmammered as hell.
Oh, did
They were so drunk. I gotta show you that video. It was right after Fastlane, the pay per view called Fastlane, and they're just like Cody's like, me and Jay may have had a couple of spirits before this interview, and it's just like they're just like really drunk, and when Jay was like, yeah, he's all yeet. It was so good, so great.
But I'm just saying in general, I think
No,
that
no,
was
He's right. Oos.
No one really watches those, to be honest. No.
Yeah, but
It's for clips.
that's the thing though, is that like I wanted that moment with like Triple H coming out and like doing all these things.
That's why you have Monday Night Raw.
Nah.
That's why you have Raw. You gotta feed people. Listen, man, wrestling's a different beast, bro. When it
You've
comes
only got
up,
me for one. You got to get me here.
you think I'm gonna come back? Nah, dude, I'm not that type of woman, right? I'm not that type of person. You don't get to tell me.
You know what? I thought you weren't. I always thought you weren't.
And with that, we're gonna wrap up this issue.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so much for joining us at issue 183. Don't forget to check out our website, keepingitwiththenerds.com. Follow us on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, x.com. Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/keepingitwiththenerds. And check out our audio platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, and soon YouTube Music. Nick, are you ready to sign us out?
This has been Keeping It With The Nerds, issue 183. My name is Nick Valero.
Renee.
This is Brian.
Signing off from Undercity Comics. We'll see y'all next time.
Adrenaline in my soul.